It's Thursday, July 7th. Ringo Starr turns 82 today. Carolina Panthers have a pair of quarterbacks whose combined age is 52. Sam Darnold and now Baker Mayfield. Plenty of reaction coming up on Key, Jay, and Max. Alan Hahn in for Max this morning. They're up next. It's ESPN Radio.
Coming up next, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
CSX, a growing Fortune 500 logistics company, has immediate openings for freight train conductors. If you're looking for a rewarding career offering paid training at nearly $25 per hour, competitive benefits, and you share a passion for great service, apply today at csx.com/careers. That's csx.com/careers. CSX, committed to supporting military and veteran families and their communities. CSX is an equal opportunity employer.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
Hellsberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Got It Right. Tim needed an engagement ring. He did research, listened to hints from his fiance's friends.
She wants a lab-grown, oval cut, and white gold with a halo.
And he went to Hellsberg Diamonds. At Hellsberg, Tim found an incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds. He also found the ring she really wanted.
Nailed it. She is gonna freak.
Be like Tim. Find the ring of her dreams at a Hellsberg near you or at hellsberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families joined together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpali's Italian Bakery and Deli. Since 1924, now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpali's family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpali's Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at corpalysbakery.com.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show show starts now.
And we begin 7-7, 2-2. Now, there's a day in numerology for you that'll set you on its ear. John Kincade show on The Fanatic. And I remember 7702 because it's the day I got married. 20 years ago today.
Wow.
And as my wife sleeps in, and our 18-year-old daughter's upstairs sleeping in, I was bleeding all over the house this morning as I cut myself. Now, they say cut myself shaving. I was taking the plastic shield off of the razor, and I guess I stroked it and I cut it really clean, right at the bend of the thumb. And before I knew it, I reached to put the shaving cream on and everything like that, and I look over at my counter, and there is blood all over the counter. I think I did a good cleanup, but I guarantee you I'll get a text later saying, you missed this spot. It's all over the floor. It was bleeding like a stuck pig.
Everything's a little tougher to do at 3:45 in the morning.
You're not paying attention.
Including cleaning up blood.
Oh, my gosh. I tried the septic pencil. Is it Steptic pencil? Do you have one of those?
I don't know.
You ever cut? Well, no. I was going to say, Jamie, you cut yourself shaving. I'm not trying to be flippant.
No.
But there's a Steptic pencil that it's a little thing that's in my shaving kit that if you ever nicked yourself shaving, you just touch it on your nick and it stops bleeding.
Huh.
Yeah, it stops it from bleeding.
Seems cool.
It is. It's very cool. I tried to use it on this. It didn't really work. It is still it is a giant bleed mark, too, through.
I think it's kind of romantic for your anniversary. You know, like Machine Gun Kelly gave Megan Fox a vial of his blood. Like,
and then they drink it, right?
Yeah, that's basically what you did. So
do they drink each other's? Well, no.
I don't think they
I think they
drink
wear it in like little vials or something.
I think that's just what you were trying to do.
Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie started that trend.
They did?
Years ago.
Yeah. Of wearing did they wear each other's
vials
blood?
of their blood, and then obviously that relationship, I hate to
it
say
lasted.
it, but I hate to say it, but now the crazy kids did not make it.
That is shocking. But 20 years ago, I was lucky enough to seal the deal. And I can think of if I had ever gone back and said, here's all the things that are going to happen in 20 years, most of it's been really, really good. And I always say to people getting started in marriage, if anyone tells you marriage is like the Disney Channel or a Hallmark movie, they're full of crap. Because marriage is not. I don't think people always talk about marriage being hard. I've never found marriage hard, but I do believe marriage does require, as far as work, you have to be dedicated to caring about your spouse's. You got to pay attention.
Yeah, and you need to give each other some space.
Yes. See, now the thing is, though, is my wife's the person who is very much, she is a space person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. Like, as far as, she's like, go play golf.
Yeah.
Go do things.
I kick my wife out all the time. Like, please, go get it.
Do something.
Go get lunch with friends. Go do this. Because, and it's easier for me to go, I want to go play 9.
Exactly. So you do it with an agenda.
Yeah, you got to scratch each other's backs.
See, well, that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Got to do some of that, too. Scratching back. Pat, you haven't done the scratching of the back?
No,
That's always a great.
I can't relate to either of you guys. In
Pat,
this
that's a great. That's the great
Scratching
sort of
of the
set.
back.
Yes, a good back scratch.
I could use a back scratch.
Oh my gosh!
Everybody likes a back scratch, Pat.
Olivia had this robot scalp massage.
Scalp
massage in Vegas.
Yeah,
in Vegas.
Huh.
Literally, you sit in a chair. They prop you. The chair moves you to the perfect position based on the size of your head. Jamie, I'm not sure if they have one that is
7 5/8
dealt with that or not. But then the robot massages your head, like with these little skinny fingers.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it kind of bugs me out a little bit.
And it sends a little like seismic charges through your head.
And she said it was great?
She said it was awesome.
Really?
And I said, you're a spoiled little kid.
No, I'm not letting a robot shock and massage my head.
Yeah, kind of.
You wouldn't do that?
There's
That
a bug
thing's going to turn. The AI is going to turn, and my head's going to explode. No, thank you.
Right on the heels of that Google engineer coming out and saying, the one thing that he invented is now cognizant and can, think on its own. Yeah, we're close to Terminator here. I'm out.
Yeah, that robot's tired of being on the strip working massages, wants to be a Blue Man Group or have a residency somewhere, and all of a sudden Connor's head explodes. No, thank you.
I didn't know till yesterday I could change the name of my Alexa to Echo.
Oh, really?
You can change it to Echo.
You just pissed off a lot of people just by saying the name.
Oh, okay. Well, wait. I mean, what if somebody named what if Alexa Ross?
It's a tough name. Like the names right now that are tough to have are that one, Karen.
Karen's bad.
Your name Karen. That's
I live
rough.
next to a Karen who couldn't be more
Karen.
of a non-Karen.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's kind of rough.
If you're named Karen right now, you have to go out of your way to not be a Karen.
Yeah.
The Karen that I know is absolutely not a Karen.
Yeah, it's rough.
The Karen would be the one that would be, swinging from the flagpoles.
Yeah, the good Karens out there having a rough go.
Yeah, Karen would be like, do your thing and do that. The 6 a.m. hour of the show is sponsored by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro. Connor, I didn't do this to you this morning. I didn't make you go get like 6:15 last night on Devon Givens' show, but I wanted to. Because I'm truly convinced when it comes to baseball, there is a black cat. And his name is Tyler Zulli.
Oh, God. What did he say?
Tyler Zulli is a freaking black cat.
What did Tintin say?
I swear to you.
I thought he was the bot.
He's the bot, according to Anthony.
What did you say, the bot?
Hey,
the
bot. Hey, bot. He's the bot. Yeah, he calls him the bot.
I call him Tintin.
Where's Tintin?
Well,
because he looks like Tintin.
What is Tintin?
You guys don't know what Tintin is?
Yeah, what is Tintin?
Tintin's like an old, it was I think a comic book strip, but then a cartoon. And then they made a really good animated movie back in like 2012.
Tintin?
Look up Tintin. Yeah,
All right, I'm looking
Tintin
at
was like he was an investigator with a dog. Tintin was cool.
He wore knickerbockers.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Tintin.
The 2012 movie Tintin?
He does look like Tyler.
Yeah, he looks like Zulli.
He does look like
so I just
Tyler
called Tintin.
Tintin.
Okay, I could see that.
I could see it too. That's not bad. But no, the idea is yesterday. So I'm driving back, picked up the girls were feeling a little under, and we're like, they didn't want to go out. I said, okay, I'll go get something. So strolled into Anthony's Coal Fire.
Ooh.
Down in Exton.
That's a good
for
spot.
Some pickup. It was really good. Had a good time.
Good wings.
And so I pick up some stuff to bring home, and I'm hearing Tyler Zulli on the Devon Givens show. Tyler Zulli says, sweep.
Damn it, Tyler.
Before the Nationals game. Sweep.
You don't call him all.
And he goes, yeah, I want the sweep. He goes, I want the sweep. He goes, I sweep. He goes, look, they're winning this series. And I'm just going, Tyler, have you not seen the freaking Phillies? Do you not know the team you're talking about? You're a huge baseball fan. Do you not know the Phillies? Do you not know there is no such thing as going, well, the Phillies are going to win a series. Wow, the Phillies are going to sweep. Guarantee. Yeah, in fact, Connor, I'm going to welcome you if you wanted to somehow somebody finds that audio. It was around 6:15 p.m., between 6:15 and like 6:20 last night. And Tyler Zulli calls for the sweep and then calls for the, they're winning the series. Really? I don't think you take anything into consideration as being a foregone conclusion.
I mean, if they don't, that's going to piss me off. If they don't win this series.
If they lose this series, it's stupid.
I don't necessarily, going into last night's game, I didn't necessarily disagree with that. I mean.
Sweep?
Tyler said it out loud. That's the thing. He said it with his chest. I think deep down in the recesses of my brain, I was probably thinking sweep too. You're playing the Nationals. You're playing a bad team.
The way they got those 3 runs, too, was just like bloop, bloop, and then Odubel. And it was just like, Nola deserved better than that last night. That kind of sucked. I felt for him a little bit.
He did. Still, though, in the biggest time when you ask him to get a big out, he didn't get it done. Well, I mean, and he did get a bunch of bleeders.
Cool.
You were wiping the blood off the bat.
Yeah, the little I mean, that's just good hitting by Cesar, knowing it's 2 strikes and just kind of throwing the bat at it. But the shift bites you in the ass. And
I hate the stupid shift. I hate it.
I know more often than not.
This team gets burnt by the shift.
It probably works for you in the long run, and that's why they stick with it. But yeah, I'm with you. At times when you see something like that, it's like, come on.
I don't think you lose last night without it. You don't shift last night, you don't lose.
Probably not.
It's just disappointing. I just asked Tyler, And I ask every other Phillies fan, would you please stop? They're 4 games over 500. They are a mediocre baseball team right now. They're not a very good baseball team. They're not great. They're not bad. They're just there. Stop putting expectations on the oh, yeah, they're going to sweep this team. Oh, yeah. Really? It's the Phillies, for God's sakes.
But they're in the wild card hunt, and that's all we can ask for.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's fine.
They're right there.
But don't assume anything.
No.
Don't assume anything from this roster.
Against the Nationals, I'll assume.
Wow.
And you know what happens when you assume, John.
Yeah, you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah.
I've seen bad news bears.
I've made a career of making an ass out of me. So what's one more, right?
Exactly.
Let's dance.
Just don't.
He said it out loud. That was the problem. That's like an off-air conversation because of everything you said.
There needs to be something done about that, Connor.
And there's no doubt that Tyler Zulli has that power. Like, he's got that superpower.
The mush?
He does?
Tintin's got
mush? Tintin's the mush? Is that where it is? Connor, I mean, it is a direct violation.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
you don't assume. If you're the Yankees saying you don't.
But here's the thing. Like, you don't jump on here and say, oh, yeah, they're definitely going to sweep. But you should expect them to sweep a team like the Nationals. Like, that's a team that...
I think you just won 4 out of 5 against the Nets.
Yeah.
That's what you should expect.
Well, yeah, but you're playing them in 2 games. The first one was without Juan Soto and Nelson Cruz. And then you have Aaron Nola going. And then if Nola does what he's supposed to do, or rather the offense does what they're supposed to do against Josiah Gray, you're looking at a series ender where that team's already beat. You can expect a sweep, but you just shouldn't assume it's going to happen is the issue.
I saw a tweet from Anthony last night, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that's accurate.
What's that?
He said the Phillies' offense is Kyle Schwarber. And I went,
it's obvious.
Reese has had a little hot streak here, but outside of that, the offense pretty much is Kyle Schwarber ever since Bryce Harper went down, and that's tough.
I'm suggesting Tyler Zulli is not allowed to utter the word Phillies until this thing turns.
No.
You should have to use another term.
Harsh. I think that's
You should
harsh.
have to use another term. He's the mush. Tintin's the mush.
Put him in the bathroom.
By the way, he is Tintin. That is really, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's it's uncanny.
Hey, when you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Go to Wendy's, grab a Dave's Double. Taste the hot, juicy square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. So we appreciate everybody jumping on board this morning, and we're glad to have Jamie back. So Jamie's in Bob's seat, and Pat's in Jamie's seat, and Connor's in Pat's seat. It's unbelievable.
And I returned on Wendy's Day. Look at me. I'm the smartest guy here.
I was surprised they lifted your suspension in time for Wendy's Day. Were people really, seriously?
Yeah, people believe that he was fired,
suspended. And by the way, and Crossing Broad got on this too?
Oh, my God.
Did they?
Or something about Crossing Broad was worried about our show somehow.
Yeah.
There was something going on. Oh, it was Pat. It was Pat's weekend show.
Oh.
And then it was Where's Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie got fired.
They do like a Where's Waldo thing?
Jamie got fired.
I mean, seriously.
Jamie's not here anymore.
Jamie, we missed you.
Yeah. I bowed out of the weekends just because I'm, loving my mornings with the girls and making pancakes and everything. So just a little more family time at home on the weekends. And first time in my life I've had a 5-day work week. So very much looking forward to it. And that's that.
And Joe Bell's discipline on you is...
Yeah, it's lifted now.
It's lifted now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of...
Yeah, we're good.
A little bit lifted. Now, Pat moves in. Pat, like a vulture, jumps right in on that prime weekend spot. 9 to noon's a great spot in the weekend. You still got your whole
I put
day.
in a good word for him.
Egan and Stalchunas.
I put in a terrible word for Jamie. I've been gunning for that spot for probably a couple of years.
Understand Pot and Ice Cream was a rejected title?
Yeah, I mean, I called it Wake and Cake.
Wake and Cake?
But it's a working title.
Wake and Cake would actually be hilarious.
Yeah, wait, because I've had cake in the morning. Yeah.
You eat cake any time of day. And Jamie's not going to reject cake or wake.
Yeah. No. Jamie's always welcome back, obviously.
So there you go.
But it was fun.
Jamie can guest in on this one. Bob got the first guest spot.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Bob didn't know it, though. That was the best part. So I come in, and Andrew goes, look, man, we're supposed to have somebody from the station on every week, and, Bob's supposed to be the first guy.
Really?
And Chuck was supposed to set it up, but
Bob's supposed to be the first guy.
That's
okay. Good to know these things.
Whoa.
Good
Don't
to
take
know
it
these
personal
things.
attack. I didn't plan this. I didn't
know
even
it's
know.
good to know. No, you were told. So
You know
it's
what?
good to know.
With this kind of attitude, you'll never be on. Don't
my
worry.
phone will never
You're
ring.
canceled.
My
Canceled.
phone will never ring. Don't call.
Don't worry, we won't.
We
At
won't. No point do you call.
Lost your number.
Do not call ever.
Say-
Ever.
I was thinking that in my head. Nice work, Connor.
But we never actually got confirmation whether Bob was doing it or not. So Andrew's like, yeah, I don't know if this is happening because I haven't heard from Bob. I text him. I go, no, Andrew, you're doing it wrong. Like, Bob likes to actually talk on the phone. I'll take care of it.
He does like talking.
I'm thinking like me and Bob are close, so I can just call him up.
Did you change your name to Rock?
Well, I should have
So
because it went right to voicemail. And I left him a voicemail that said, I know I'm not Rock or Tim or Glenn or Brett Brown or Scotty Rigo or a couple other people. But can you call me back?
Dr. John.
Hey. Hey, crystal clear lakes, trout-filled streams, and wide sandy beaches. Maine's got them all. It's summer and the water's calling you. Visit Maine.com. Sponsored by the Maine Office of Tourism.
I know somebody up there right now, and the pictures look spectacular.
We had a listener the other day listening to the show on the app while they were out fishing in Maine.
Sounds
which
lovely.
Was it looked good. It really did look good.
I could retire up there.
Maine seems... See, I could not.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work fishing.
Yeah.
Like getting your boat in the water, getting the boat to the
But
water.
if you enjoy it, I don't think people view it as work.
It's not that much work. Most of the time, you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, maybe if someone else was leading like a trip out fishing, I could do it. I'm not doing it all myself, but it looks beautiful. Hey, what could happen in Eagles training camp to make you more confident than you feel right now? So mark yourself on like a scale of 1 to 10 about where you are. I'm in the camp of my opinion is not going to be moved one way or another by anything that happens during training camp. I tend to be I am a training camp non-believer every single year. I don't believe the story of the hotshot person that crashes onto the scene. I am not a believer in the story of, man, this guy looks so much better than last year. It's incredible. Remember Quez Watkins last year? During training camp, Quez Watkins was going to have the breakout crazy season and everything, and he had a good season. But I also believe that Nick Sirianni is not going to give us a reason to believe better or worse of this team because I think he's going to put the team in bubble wrap, and it's going to frustrate the hell out of me.
Yeah, I think that's a lock.
That's my number one thing that I believe going in, why I don't believe I'm going to be moved one way or another by training camp with the Eagles.
No, I'm kind of with you there. There's not a lot that happens in camp that really tells you one way or the other. I mean, I did like hearing Belichick during joint practices last year say he admired the way things were being run under Sirianni. That was kind of cool. Gave me a little bit of confidence with Nick. Other than that, I don't care how well they practice against another team. It's still practice. They're not really hitting quarterbacks and doing the full speed stuff. Preseason games do very, very little for me outside of seeing some depth pieces that are going to play more than the big-time guys. Very little. And practice does nothing. I don't need to see Jalen Hurts' stats in a organized practice. We can just hold those back.
Yeah, I don't need that. They do nothing for me.
Nothing. So I'm with you. Camp does very little for me in terms of determining what this team is. I probably need 3 weeks, maybe 4, to get a pretty good idea who this team is. Once September comes around, and I'll judge it on that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't
Nothing
think
in August.
I don't think anything's going to really change any opinions I have.
No. I put 0 stock in a training camp. None. I've been burned too many times by training camp darlings like Hank Baskett and Steven Spocks.
Paul Turner.
Paul Turner's the guilty.
It's
I was probably guilty.
Totally guilty.
And part of it too is the fact that it's a slow period of like the calendar-wise, it's slow in sports. And people like us and people like Comcast, Sportsnet, they need to talk about something. So what do? They hype up, like, well, who's flashing at camp? And then you start to drink the Kool-Aid, and come the first week, Henry Josie is nowhere to be found because he's a training camp darling. So I put 0 stock in a training camp. If I could have a time machine, I would skip training camp. I hate the fact that we talk too much about training camp. Like, we hyper-focus on training camp like nothing else.
Well, we could change that agenda, right?
Well, yeah, but I do miss football.
But all of us seem like we're on, and I'm not talking about ignoring Eagles training camp by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that there's not, it sounds as if we're almost in a consensus where none of us put much stock into it, and part of that is because of the way Nick Sirianni approaches it.
Yeah.
Where he literally treats these guys like the Powder Puff Girls.
It's funny, in our industry, it's like, all right, just get us to the Eagles training camp. And then, I'll have all these storylines and things to discuss.
No.
And then you get to training camp and you're like, wait.
Get me to the season.
Yeah, there's
Practice 6 was today.
Yeah, there's not really that much there. I mean, occasionally you get one or two battles where somebody's truly battling for a starting job. Outside of that, I mean, there's not really a lot of lore to it.
Yeah, you want to hear how your first-round pick's doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much it. And then, obviously, you get hyped up in whoever that training camp guy is that year. But
I want to hear Lori's state of the franchise.
I don't even care about that.
You don't care about that either?
Could not care less.
Really?
No.
I think it's been a fantastic offseason. I think that the Julian Lurie ascension is something that I really want to hear addressed. I want to hear who's the Salchunas lookalike?
Oh.
Alec Halaby.
Yeah.
Alec Halaby. I want to hear more about how Alec Halaby got that high up the food chain that fast. So there's a lot of things I want to hear about.
I don't think he's going to tell us anything we don't already know.
Alec was my son's friend. Is that what he's going to tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty. Well, no, he's not.
He's not going to answer
that.
He's not going to. Well, then I want the other answer. I want the other answer. I want to hear how the hell does somebody climb in an organization that fast with no football background? How do they do it?
Yeah, but that
I want to know.
That doesn't bother me at all. Like,
it doesn't bother you at all?
No, product on the field. I don't care who's in the front office. Like, they had a great offseason. Let's see how they play. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care what the owner has to say at this point.
See, I care if it's if you tell me that the owner has a son that is ascending in the franchise, I expect that. In any family-run business, I expect that that's going to happen. It happens in a plumbing business. It happens in a lawn care business. It happens in construction, whatever it is.
But if I have someone coming out to fix my pipes,
somebody who has no name, Ty, escort goes through the organization that fast, like Alec Halaby, I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
How the hell that happened?
But if I have someone coming out to fix my pipes and they do an outstanding job every time, I don't care who works in the front office of the plumbing business.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
What are we talking
I just want to make sure. It sounded a little naughty.
No, it's not.
Got backed up pipes coming?
No, I have seen those videos. No,
it did sound a little.
Pipes are clear?
Pipes are clear.
They're called Pump Man Philly, dude.
It's, exactly. The pump man will take care of
They'll fix your flow.
Hey, coming up, a little shade being thrown in the way of this guy is very, very rare, especially when the shots are coming from the inside. We'll get to that. Plus, FanFest 2022 comes up on October 1st from 1 to 5 p.m. at Xfinity Live. You got to be 21 to enter. We've got some tickets to give away to you. In fact, we'll give away a pair of tickets right now to the first caller at 215-263-0975. FanDuel Sportsbook presents FanFest 2022, October 1st from 1 to 5 p.m. at Xfinity Live. Just give a call right now, 215-263-0975, and you can grab yourself a pair of tickets. We got a lot coming your way. Shade on this man's name doesn't happen often, and it might be blasphemy. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know the BetParx app is an official betting partner of the PGA Tour, and that's a good thing because when you're watching golf, a lot of times you can be highly entertained with some of the special boosts and the wagers that they've got out there available for PGA Tour events. So download yourself the all-new BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app, and you're going to make your first bet risk-free up to $750. You want to bet baseball? Well, you're going to want to bet more than just who wins and loses. What about betting on individual player performances? You could have cashed in big time on Kyle Schwarber hitting a home run in a game. He's done 2 home runs 2 nights in a row. Bet on individual player performances, hits, home runs, strikeouts. Aaron Nola with another glistening effort last night, even though he comes up short in the loss. You're going to love it. The odds, the bets, the slots, and the games all come together in one amazing app. It's the BetParx app. Go to BetParx.com. Use the promo code Kincade to get the risk-free bet up to $750. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show is presented by Wendy's. When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen, always square beef. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double and taste that hot, juicy square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
It's Hoagie Fest. Today's the day. Follow your taste buds. They'll show you the way. Hoagie Fest is here. Na 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 na.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is back. Summer tastes better when it's full of Hoagie love. Get $5 shorties and $6 classic hoagies. Limited time only. See store for exclusions.
Back by popular demand, Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up again to bring you frozen handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy frozen handcrafted beverages are back and 20% off when you order and pay on the Wawa app.
I'll ring you up in a second. Kim, can you see if we have more acid wash?
Desmona's thrift store is the spot for killer vintage finds.
Oh, that looks fabulous on you. Hey, can you do the register?
But her sales clerk situation feels pretty threadbare.
Oh, yeah, let me clear out that fitting room.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new laundry set that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in less time, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus $750 instant savings on select appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
Now, local businesses can get closer to every customer in their city with fast, affordable shipping. Introducing USPS Connect Local. You want speed? We deliver same or next day. You want savings? We give you supplies at a flat rate. You want less legwork? We do free pickups. Move your local business forward with the United States Postal Service. Let's connect at USPSConnect.com/local. Specific markets, restrictions apply. Same day or next day delivery expected, but not guaranteed with entry close to final destination.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hey, it's cuz, don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. You can still be slimmer for this summer. Since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet, their program uses hair, saliva, and bioenergetic scans to personalize natural formulas and supplements to help you lose the weight. That DNA info is used to help you keep it off. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs.
But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary.
When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen beef. And yup, these patties are square. Grab a Dave's Double and see the hot and juicy square difference for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. The John Kincade Show.
I slept in the nude last night. Felt every little breeze.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Pat's... I don't know if Pat's funny or stupid.
So it's a fine combination of the two.
It's a line.
Blowing my mind right now.
Today's show is presented to you by Wendy's. When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen, always square beef. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double. Taste the hot, square, juicy difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Pat Egan will make you laugh at times with just the stupidest stuff comes flying out of his mouth. Like,
stupid. I'm blown away right now. My mind is blown.
Like Pat thought Acme was the Acme from the Roadrunner cartoons.
Mm-hmm. I thought.
First of all, I'm shocked you watched the Roadrunner cartoons ever.
Yeah.
Like that shocks me. Though.
I'd check it out. I used to watch cartoons before school.
Because did you ever watch Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
See, now I would think your age group did not. Like I would think Connor never watched Bugs Bunny.
I'm aware of it. I've seen them.
You had, but you didn't watch them.
Every once in a while. But
I could literally recite them because they watched them over and over again as kids. They showed them the same ones over and over.
No, but I know like Elmer Fudd and
Elmer Fudd. Yeah, but you know the characters.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, but you don't know the cartoons. Like you don't know them. I can remember like every
he jumps
single.
Up, he's got the character. What's up, Doc?
Every single one of them.
I've seen it.
I used to watch that before school. Flipper was a rerun, so I'd watch
Flipper.
I'd watch Flipper. The
Dolphin. I watched a little Flipper.
But they would rerun them before school, so I'd watch it, and then finally around like second or third grade, I switched to Sports Center.
All I remember
this
is
stuff's for nerds. I'm
they
switching.
They call him Flipper.
Yeah,
Flipper. That's all I remember.
Yeah, the song was a banger. So I thought that our local Acme Market, I thought they were doing smart advertising.
Was where the Coyote went and...
Yeah, because
the Acme Anvil Company is different.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I thought that they were trying to get, like how cigarette companies will, the candy cigarette thing, they're trying to get the youth. I thought Acme Markets was trying to cater toward the youth of like subliminal messaging. When you get older, you go to Acme Markets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you remember them from the Roadrunner.
Little known fact, like 80% of groceries are purchased by kids. So, no, why do they care about the kids?
Because marketing with kids works.
Not for supermarkets.
Oh, yeah, it does. And when I walk by and she sees a Paw Patrol Danimals yogurt, Dad, I want that. Or when we walked by and saw a Minion chip bag.
The products themselves, but they're not picking what supermarket.
No.
You don't know
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. You don't know that.
Now Nikki goes out on the back screened-in deck and walks around and just goes from side to side, watching for the rabbits, for the deer.
We watched a fox catch a rabbit in the dunes down in Ocean City this weekend. It was pretty cool because my cousin's place is
Weren't
right.
the kids freaked out?
They weren't watching, just the adults were. But it was pretty cool because there's dune foxes and they caught a bunny right in front of us.
Oh boy!
How many kids go play in the sand while we watch this fox just massacre this rabbit?
And so literally, the dog. So now when we put her around the thing, you want to go on your Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol. Literally, now I just say to her, Paw Patrol. She runs to the door. She's like, she wants to be out patrolling her deck, and she doesn't make a sound. She just moves and just looks. There's the rabbit. And the rabbit, she cries. She wants to see the rat. Like, I think she wants to go out and play with the rabbit.
Yeah.
Now, if that raccoon, we have a giant raccoon. If the raccoon was to get a hold of Nikki, we'd be having a funeral. It wouldn't be good. Jeannie Buss owner of the Lakers.
What up?
Seen her Playboy.
Decided to throw shade at LeBron James
a few times
and rewrite history a bit with Kobe Bryant on the 4th of July. She posted a tweet and said, I miss KB, Kobe Bryant. He would understand and explain everything that I'm not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
You're the owner.
You sure?
What do you mean you're not allowed to?
You sure she didn't mean Kwame Brown, former Laker great?
Could have been
point.
Kwame
That's
Brown.
A good point. Just throwing it out there.
Doing 115 and like a 55. That's what Kwame was famous for back in Atlanta. Honestly, he was the greatest Laker ever, she says, KB. He understood team over self, meaning your rewards would come if you valued team goals over your own, then everything would fall into place. And she says, all can reply. Wow.
I don't think that's so subtle.
What does that mean? All can. Thank you.
Well, no, because what she's saying is
all
she
can
wants,
reply.
No, she's frustrated with LeBron James.
I think she means also you can like shut off your comments now. Maybe like I'm leaving this one open.
You can.
I'll leave this one open.
Yeah, have at it, people.
Yeah, go at it.
Here's
You
a
can
little chum.
share your thoughts. And Dave McMenamin, local guy.
Is he local?
Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, he watched Kobe and Laura Marion back when he was in school. Dave's local. We met his dad out at a few events. Cousin and I were out at Parks Casino.
Oh, nice.
And hung out with his dad.
Did not know that.
And Dave says, Kobe's got a great resume, but we need to be honest about what Kobe Bryant was.
Kobe Bryant, I loved watching him play. I loved covering him. What a tremendous competitor. He's had Magic Johnson call him the greatest Laker of all time. Unassailable resume that just evokes all sorts of wonderful memories, and certainly the tragedy is still very raw. If we were to actually go back and look with an objective eye at Kobe Bryant's time with the Lakers, there are things that would lead you to say he was not the greatest teammate. There are things that lead you to say that the way his contract was structured prevented the Lakers from winning late in his career. That's why I got to lay it all out there like that, because to have an honest conversation here can be tough because emotions are raw.
Putting the story out there that Kobe Bryant was team ahead of everybody else, and his he set aside his personal things because of team, is freaking ridiculous and absolutely revisionist history. He wanted to be the highest paid. He wanted to have the craziest contract. He hamstrung the Lakers organization to get paid what he got paid. Whether you love Kobe or not, and I think most of us love what we watched of Kobe Bryant, depicting him as a team-first guy and the greatest teammate ever is a load of crap.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's hardly any guys that don't want to get paid in this league. A few guys will ever take lesser dollars than they're worth, and nor should they. That's the team's issue to build the roster around them. There's this whole lore of the Black Mamba where sometimes people, I don't want to say overvalue because he's an all-time great, probably a top 10 player. But like when I raise the Steph versus Kobe all-time debate, it's like, well, that's a Black Mamba. You can't. There's this lore to
there is
how he presented himself,
and his death is, by the way, going to add to that.
Definitely.
Because if you're critiquing a dead man.
Yeah.
At that point, you're not, he can't defend himself.
Yeah, it's the Black Mamba mentality and all of that, and, rip your heart out, and he did it with a grin on his face, and there's so much just lore to it that I think people get lost in it.
Well, Jeannie decided to go cryptic tweet on LeBron James on the 4th of July, and Dave McMenamin says, well, turnabout's fair play.
Other parties involved here, and I'm talking about LeBron James, he's conducted business this way in the past by putting out cryptic tweets that, quite frankly, I don't think helped the process along what his teams were going through in that moment. And I don't think Jeannie Buss's tweet is helping get business done at a high level in this moment as well.
And Brian Windhorst agreed with his comments on how he thinks that she should know better than this.
Jeannie Buss has been on Twitter since 2009. She is extremely experienced now is what it means to be the president and co-owner of the Lakers, and knows that her words are very powerful, as LeBron does too. LeBron knows when he tweets something, he will instantaneously be reacting. And Jeannie probably, how many times a day, wishes she could tweet something and doesn't, because she knows that the consequences of her making comment on the record are vast and she can't control them. And yet she comes out with this tweet. And by the way, you don't even need to know. Of course LeBron wants the Lakers to trade for Kyrie Irving.
Of course. Of course he does. But the thing is, LeBron James sucks as a GM. Most star players suck as a GM. Kevin Durant, you suck as a GM. LeBron James, you suck as a GM. You're terrible at it. And the thing is, I'm glad to see one of the bosses finally say, you know what, yeah, it's a players' league. But it's okay to be like, yo, Bron, pipe down. We did exactly what you asked us to do, and we drove the Lakers into a ditch. They did every single thing you wanted them to freaking do. Every player they wanted them to sign, and it was a disaster.
Yeah, I don't really know what the expectation here is because the Lakers are one of the most hamstrung teams in the entire league.
Because of him.
Yeah,
because
in
of
large
him
part,
and his plans.
The Anthony Davis trade, kind of bankrupt them on draft capital.
It did.
They don't have a ton of young assets. THT, Halen Tucker, is considered one of their prize pieces.
Isn't that marijuana?
And he's just, or Horton Tucker, he's just, an average NBA player that's a little overhyped because they have nothing out there. Like, they have Russell Westbrook is one of the worst trade assets in the NBA. All he is a money match to somebody else.
And why is he there?
Probably because LeBron okayed it.
Because LeBron wanted him there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what LeBron or anybody else within that organization thinks is going to happen. They have nothing to give.
I mean, I don't understand. Pat, I can feel her frustration. But the cryptic tweets is so childish, so embarrassing.
I kind of enjoyed it.
And it's to me, it's pathetic. It's pathetic that adults use a cryptic tweet. Speak your mind.
No, I've been guilty of cryptic tweets myself.
Yeah, but what have you done it for? Have you done it in a position of power? You're leading an organization?
No, it just makes me feel better. No, I've done it. I've done it cryptically because I'm not in a position of power.
Yeah, but
so
she
I
is.
have to put out. Yeah,
when you're LeBron James, when you're Kevin Durant, when you're Jeannie Buss, grow the freak up.
Yeah, she doesn't have to go to Twitter. She can just call them up.
Right.
It's weird. The revisionist history around Kobe is also annoying. I was never a Kobe guy. I was a self-proclaimed Kobe hater, and that just had more to do with what happened in 2001. I never got over it. But there are a lot of former teammates that won't come out and say the guy was an a-hole. But the guy was an a-hole. Like, to some people, he was great. But to, like, Smush Parker, who wasn't as good as him, he treated you like a straight-up scrub because you weren't on his level. So this revisionist history that he was a great team guy and leader and all that.
It's not true.
It's not true. Like, to some people like Pau Gasol, he was an incredible teammate. And him and Shaq, obviously, they squashed their differences towards the end. But the guy was a me guy. Like, he's famous for saying, there's no I in team. Well, there's a me.
Yeah.
Like, he was good to get his. And then there was the one game where he was getting crap for being, like, the guy, and he refused to shoot. He just passed to prove a point. Like, he knew that the team needed him, but he wasn't all about, like, mentoring younger players and stuff. That's ridiculous.
And I conducted an interview with Shaq and Kobe before TNT did, before the NBA did, where I had them do a conversation, and we played parts of it on this show over the years, and they both admit they were a-holes.
Yeah.
Shaq admits he was an a-hole to Kobe. Kobe admits he was an a-hole to Shaq. Shaq takes the blame for 70% of their relationship problems, and Kobe agreed with him, and Shaq, like, literally meant it. He said, like, he purposely picked at him, thinking it would get the best out of him, but then realized that, yeah, it got the best out of him, but it got damaged. It damaged their relationship.
I think it's more rare to not be an a-hole and be a great player than it is to be an a-hole.
Yeah, I think most greats are a-holes.
Yeah,
like Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Oh, the biggest. When you look at Magic Johnson and Steph Curry, they're like the kind of killers that do it with a smile.
Right.
And, are generally loved by every teammate, at least from everything I've read or watched, are loved. But I think they're the outlier. I think most great players are a-holes when it comes down to it. And to be honest, I kind of want my great player to be an a-hole with his teammates, to be a driving force of energy, of competition, of, like, behind the scenes. I'm not saying, like, refuse kids' autographs and stuff like that, but I want a certain level of expectation from my great players. And, there's not really an easy way to do that in a nice fashion a lot of times.
I think it's changed recently. I think the society that we're in, there's more Stephs than there are Kobes because of that fact, because nobody wants to be the a-hole. So, like, all the guys that I can think of that immediately come to mind as, like, the all-time greats that were just straight-up jerks, it's probably, like, 20 years plus ago. It's Barry Bonds, Michael Jordan, Kobe, I could probably think of some more, but like the guys you go like, okay, these guys are all-time greats, but they were just that guy in the locker room that didn't really care about mentoring younger players because
Right.
it wasn't their job. They didn't care about their media obligations. They didn't care about the fans. They were out there to do one thing, and that was win games. That's all they cared about, and getting their money and getting their power. So I do think it's changing, though. I think there is a shift. I think those guys are now few and far between, but then you can make the argument that the greatness is few and far between.
I think when you're talking about the greatest, though, and even after death, like Kobe Bryant, the whole story's got to be told. The entire story.
Yeah.
And you cannot sugarcoat people and depict people differently. And it's one of the reasons why when I hear people talk about the Odubel Herrera story, Odubel Herrera has every reason. There's every reason for people to not like Odubel Herrera and not want to see him, and not even in regards to his baseball playing ability. Just his behaviors. There's every reason for people to not like him. But if you're then telling me that you're a huge fan of Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant and all these other people, I'm like, okay, well, you definitely have a sliding scale of what you're offended by then, if you're talking about treatment of women and otherwise. So you got to do your whole research, and it's got to all count. It either all counts or it doesn't. And sometimes I think
it's way easier to get behind a great player.
It is, no question.
Odubel, I just...
Right.
I literally can't watch the guy anymore. His approach to baseball is offensive to me. Like, he's just I was done, like, Devon last week when I was in brought up Derek Barnett, how like he was shocked Derek Barnett's back just because he was at a point where he just can't watch him anymore in his team's uniform. I'm that way with Odubel. Like, I see him in a Phillies uniform, and I just go, what the hell are we doing?
I'm shocked, though, the fact that, like, with the Derek Barnett, that the Eagles come out and give us a PR campaign speech about...
Oh, he's great.
That he's great. Mm-hmm. And we've heard Nick Sirianni on open microphone be like, what the hell? It's him again.
It's him every time.
I mean, I don't like that part of it. The Phillies don't go out of their way to defend Odubel.
No,
but I don't really think there is a great defense.
I mean, when you look at this Phillies team right now, what they're getting out of shortstop, second base, center field, and third base, it's amazing they are where they are. It really is incredible because you are subpar at basically 4/9 of your lineup right now, if not maybe a little more.
Hey, Martin Law is Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. Remember FanFest 2022. We'll have more tickets for you coming up in the course of the day. Make your plans. FanDuel Sportsbook bringing you FanFest 2022 on Saturday, October 1st, 1 to 5 at Xfinity Live. In the linchpin, since the price tag's lower, has your opinion changed?
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday on the beach, just trying to make some notes for today's show, and you came to mind, John, because we had discussions. When James was first traded here, the expectation was going to be that he was a max contract player and was probably going to sign that, 4-year deal for $165 or $170 million, whatever it was. That was the expectation. We played a cut last week when you were out on family vacation of Windhorst saying Harden has kind of realized what he is. Meaning he turned down a $200 million extension from the Nets just about a little over a year ago, and now he's reportedly going to be taking somewhere in that $105 to $110 million 3-year extension, maybe a 2-1 type of deal where he has the option for the 3rd year. We'll see what the details are now that it comes out. But it's generally in that $110 million extension range. I personally love it. I think it's a no-brainer that the team has to do. I think it's good value for what he is. But now that it's substantially cheaper than we once thought it was, I don't want to say expectation because the expectation is he's still a very good to great player. But does it help you view him through a different prism now that he's not trying to milk the team for every cent he can?
Well, here's where I think it's a little complex where you're at.
It's going to be a complex contract.
It is complex. The one thing is, first of all, I don't believe he's regretting it. But he blew it by not signing the extension that the Nets gave him if he was about the money.
Yeah.
Because
that's a lot of coin.
Because as Brian Windhorst also, we talked about it yesterday in the show, says there was no market for a big money extension where they were like, is there any danger of James Harden opting out and then getting swarmed in by somebody else? And he goes, It's pretty well known that James Harden does not have a big money market out there for him. So there was no market for the 150. So I had already said if it was 3 years in the 100 range, I was all in. I wanted 3 years more like 90. But if it's in the 100 range, I think I'm okay with it.
I mean,
I'll be okay with it.
When you look at a Kyle Lowry who's cooked, I mean, he signed for 3 years and 90. Comparatively to that, I think it's a bargain.
I don't think there's no question in my mind that James Harden has more in the tank and more to contribute than Kyle Lowry.
No doubt about it.
So when I look at those comparable type numbers, I think it would be a fine deal in there.
Yeah.
The 150 number freaked me out. But it's clear, though, his market value is down around the NBA.
And I think he realizes it.
I still think he would have gotten a max.
I don't.
I've seen NBA teams give out way too many max contracts or bad contracts to players with name recognition that I think some owner GM would have been like, oh wait, no, James Harden's out there.
Mark Cuban comes to mind.
Yeah, I was thinking of the guy in Sacramento. He loves just giving out bad contracts. But yeah, like Mark Cuban, like a guy, somebody would have with cap space would have thought, oh, this is the guy that's going to move us over get us over the hump. I could be completely wrong. But we're talking about Kobe Bryant and the contract situation and putting his team at a detriment because he wanted to be the highest paid guy. And Jamie, you said everybody wants to do that. That's what makes this so refreshing is that James Harden goes, I've got my money, I want to help the team. You just don't see that in the sport.
See, I don't think there was money out there. You're making it sound altruistic.
Well, he did have a $200 million offer from
but
the
he
Nets.
had turned that down.
Well, yeah.
So he blew. So he turned that money was gone, and by the time they saw him play last year, that money would never have been offered again.
He could have opted into the 47. He could have pulled a Russell Westbrook. Knowing full well you're not that guy anymore. And he could have zapped this organization dry. And instead he went, yeah, I've got my money. I want to win. How can I help this team do that? So, he deserves a lot of credit for that because it's just something that you do not see in the NBA. I don't remember. I know there are cases of it. I don't remember the last time an NBA player said, I'll take less to help the team win.
And if it's true that it's a 2...
But he isn't taking less if he gets 105 guaranteed.
He is, though. I mean,
he's going to get double what he had guaranteed.
But he probably could have gotten a similar-ish deal after playing a 1-year, $47.5 million option year. And I think that's why he wants to gamble on himself a little bit, potentially with the rumors of that player option in year 3 is, all right, well, let me see if I can get back to who I am. And if I can, then I can probably get another contract out of this and opt out after 2 years. We'll see. He could be a free agent, after next basketball season. Not this one, but the following one.
And I like the fact that I feel like he's going into the offseason extremely motivated. Not motivated just to win for the city and Daryl Morey, but because of everything we just talked about with the, he's not a max player anymore. The value around the NBA isn't there. He's hearing all of this. And the one thing that we've heard about James Harden is, he does work.
I've heard the last 3 years, though, with James Harden that, he's got something to prove. Okay.
Yeah, but what did he have to prove last year? What was the,
I think
what was the negative?
What you got to prove is that you're going to be at your best when the games matter the most. That's what he has to prove in his career.
But you can make the case that that's every year. This is different.
No, I'm saying every year he's had that. He's yet to deliver on.
Brooklyn was a dumpster.
No, but this is different. This is a different kind of proof.
Right.
Last year is all right, you just got to win games because you want to prove that you're a good player. This year is no, people think you're cooked.
Pat has a reaction to the Baker Mayfield trade that we want to discuss, and I find the story really, really interesting, too. And you're never going to believe what the Panthers found out after they acquired Baker Mayfield, which surprised me absolutely big time. And I've many times thought the NFL regular season just matters more. And it absolutely is more important and means more. I found a way to finally prove my point because I had a long 5-hour flight and I was bored and I researched it. We got a lot coming your way in the 7 o'clock hour. More FanFest tickets, too. It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. I want you to beat the heat with our friends at Window Nation. Why don't you save $200 off any style new window from Window Nation right now? And what if I told you put your wallet away until 2024? So you lower your energy bills, raise the value of your home with your new energy-efficient windows from Window Nation. And you'll be like, John, you don't even know what kind of windows I have. Okay, find any one. We're talking vinyl. We're talking fiberglass, wood. You want any size, any style, any color. Save $200 off any style new window from Window Nation. and they're not going to ask you to pay until 2024. If your energy bills are through the roof, it's because of those sticky, drafty, cracked, hard open windows that have been killing you. Right now, raise the value of your home. You're raising the curb appeal, you're raising the value of your home, and you're lowering those energy bills, and you're paying nothing for 2 full years. Here's what I want you to do. Call Window Nation today. Call them at 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION. Make the move today. WindowNation.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. FanDuel has an all-new mobile gaming app, FanDuel Face Off. Compete in quick, fun games against other real people for cash. Games that you're familiar with, like a home run derby, Wheel of Fortune, and strategy games with more on the way. Contests are action-packed and last between 2 to 5 minutes. Play on your couch, waiting in line, wherever you want, and whatever your schedule permits. Practice for free anytime. Whether it be head-to-head, multiplayer, or larger tournaments, FanDuel Face Off has something for you. You'll be matched against players of similar skill level, so you're never going to be overmatched. Face Off is also tied to your FanDuel account and wallet, so you can easily use your fantasy funds or sportsbook winnings in the app. Visit FanDuel.com/faceoff or download the FanDuel Face Off app in the Apple App Store today.
Age and location restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See FanDuel.com/faceoff-terms for terms and conditions.
I'll ring you up in a second. Kim, can you see if we have more acid wash?
Desmona's Thrift Store is the spot for killer vintage finds.
Oh, that looks fabulous on you. Hey, can you do the register?
But her sales clerk situation feels pretty threadbare.
Oh, yeah, let me clear out that fitting room.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new laundry set that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in less time, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus $750 instant savings on select appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
How are your kids getting their news? From their friends? Through social media? Can they ask you questions about what's going on around them? And will you be ready? Kids are exposed to more than you think. Help them understand the world around them and how they fit into it. Family mental health begins with how you respond to the events around us. This station is part of the Beasley Best Community of Caring Focus on Family. For tips on how to talk to your kids and how to develop your own coping skills, visit our website.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
I just want to let you know that I am completely unprepared for this, and I blame both of you.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new Bet Parks app. Sportsbook, a casino, and one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. The Bet Parks app. Andrew wants to know, how do we do it with people constantly moving in and out during the summer? He said, Bob's not here today. Jamie's back. You're out last week, John, and then Jamie was out and Bob's out. How do you do it? I said, we I said it. We know who's going to be here the next day, and we sort of coordinate it. And he says, and who is you when you're not there? Who's the stickler? I'm like, I don't know.
You don't know. You're not here.
I don't know, and I really do back out. And Andrew ends his nail. He goes, I find it extremely hard to believe still that you do really check out. He goes, but the whole team seems to support that you do.
Yeah, my mom threw the show on YouTube yesterday morning when we were sitting around with the girls. But other than that, I completely checked out.
Check out.
Yeah. I have no idea what you guys talked about Monday. I do not care.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Monday.
like it's.
Aren't we off Monday?
Yeah, no one talked about anything Monday there, Patty.
Yeah, we did. We didn't talk about anything.
holiday.
We had off.
Have you heard
Everybody
of it?
had off.
Told you I was
4th of July.
Well,
They
that's
just
Tuesday.
invented it.
No, I told you I was
250
checked
years
out.
ago.
I was
Yeah, check
checked
out.
out.
It's a little thing called the 4th of July.
Comes every year.
I do find it hard to
Between
believe.
the 3rd and the 5th?
I find it really hard to believe, though, that people cannot believe that Andrew's going, I do find it really hard to believe. I still can't believe that you don't check. I said, no, I do not.
So I was off Tuesday, and
I'm a ghost.
I got to give credit to our boss. So I get an email from somebody in corporate who does not know I'm off.
Okay.
And it's to me and our boss Chuck. And then I get in and I look at the email and I'm like, I'm not responding to this because I'm off.
Right, you're off.
I'll deal with it tomorrow. And then I get another email from the same person as a reply because Chuck had emailed her separately and taken me off of it and said, and I read the email chain like, hey, Pat's off. What can I do or whatever. So she once again emailed both of us.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, I don't know what part of I'm off you're not getting.
What
but
are you
I
missing?
Ain't doing it.
What are you missing?
Because I'm paid to not be there today. All right? This hard-working company is paying me not to be there. I'm not there.
It sounds like 9 a.m. on a Friday.
Exactly.
You may want to join in this Friday.
I'm out.
See? There you go.
Actually, last Friday was 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m.
Over and over?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Last Friday was wild.
Yeah.
All right. Why is the NFL regular season just better than any other pro sport? It means more. And I finally have thought of a way to prove it. And I proved it to myself. Question is, will I prove it to you? Here's the top 10 winning percentages, because Jamie and I have discussed, the Sixers, whether they're successful because they win a lot of regular season games.
It's wild how successful they are in regular season. Weren't they second over the last 5 years?
And then not in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Well, the NFL, top 10 winning percentage. And what I did is I took last 20 seasons in the NFL. The Patriots are number one. Regular season wins.
That checks.
Steelers are 2. Packers are 3. Colts are 4. Saints are 5. Ravens are 6. Seattle 7. Eagles are 8. Chiefs are 9. And Dallas is 10. So in the last 20 years, top 10 winning percentages, teams 1 through 9 have all had a parade.
Wait, 10 hasn't?
Yeah, 10 hasn't.
Who was 10 again?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
I figured they would have run into one.
Isn't that amazing? Now they haven't even bumped into one. Top 10 winning percentage.
Have they played in one recently?
They have not even been in the NFC title game. If you're 25 years old or younger, if you're still on your parents' health care, eligible to be on your parents' health care, you've never seen the Cowboys in an NFC title game.
You can't rent a car.
Isn't that awesome?
It is. It's just awesome.
Because Cowboys fans will play it off like they're not upset by that, and
it's
they're, they're that meme of like they're wearing a mask that's smiling, but deep down they're crying.
You know they're not.
Des caught it. Go crawl into the fridge again, you cockroach.
So, by the way, Des did catch it.
Yeah, I mean,
not as far as the refs are concerned.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a Des catcher truther.
So 9 out of the top 9 teams in winning percentage in the NFL over the last what you'd call a generation, 20 years, have all won a Super Bowl. So 9 of the top 10. Now in the NBA, I pull up the same list. Top 10 winning percentages for the last 20 years.
The Sixers aren't going to be in that.
Question is, how many of them do you believe have won an NBA championship?
Well, there's so many dynasties in the NBA. Of the 20 championships, I would say, 9 or 10 of those?
But of the top 10 teams.
Well, 9 or 10 of those titles are probably by 2 or 3 teams. Of top 10 teams in 20 years, I would say 5.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you will never get 2 of the top 6 teams in winning percentage last 20 years in the NBA. You will never be able to get it.
Cleveland.
Nope.
No, they didn't have LeBron long enough.
I'm going to give you. I'll give you a couple obvious ones. I'll give you a couple obvious ones. Golden State's not top 6 for the last 20 years.
Okay.
I'll give you an obvious one, the Spurs.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Miami, I would imagine, is up
Miami's
there.
5th.
Lakers.
Lakers are not.
Boston.
Lakers are not top.
Okay.
Boston is 4th in the last 20 years. There's 2 teams on here that you'll never be able to tell.
Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas is 2.
Yeah, they had the dirt.
They've been good. Spurs and Dallas. 1-2.
Phoenix.
Last 20 years. Now, Phoenix is the
Houston Rockets.
Phoenix is behind Lakers.
They had
the Houston Rockets.
You're good. Houston Rockets 3.
Yeah.
Over the last 20 years, 3rd most successful franchise.
James Harden was quite good at basketball for a while there.
The Denver Nuggets are 6th.
I considered them, yeah. Because they're just always kind of solid. The Utah Jazz, always solid.
The Utah Jazz is 8th.
Always solid.
Here's another one you'd never get.
California teams we missing there?
The Oklahoma City Thunder are 9 in the last 20 years.
Wow.
Guess what? Who's 10?
The Sixers?
The Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, again, just always kind of solid and competitive.
So in the NBA, it clearly shows top 10 team in the NBA winning percentage over the last 10 years doesn't mean jack. It doesn't mean you have parades. It doesn't mean you're a great franchise. It just means that you won a lot of meaningless games. So now we go to Pat Egan's domain.
Hello.
Pat?
We're talking MMA?
NHL.
Oh, okay.
Winningest team last 20 years, regular season.
Penguins.
Yeah, Pittsburgh immediately came to mind.
5th.
But
now that shocks me because I absolutely would have.
But 20 years ago, they were also in the doldrums.
Boston Bruins.
3rd.
I'll go the Devils.
Devils not top 10.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Devils 14th.
Chicago.
That's a good one.
Chicago.
There were some lean years in the beginning.
Chicago 19th.
Wow.
Yeah, there were some.
Where's
See,
Tampa?
this is weird.
Where's Tampa Bay?
This is weird. Oh, well, you got to think Tampa Bay, right? 12th. Isn't that bizarre? This is bizarre.
Your Philadelphia Flyers.
Rangers.
The New York Rangers 11th.
Carolina.
The Carolina Hurricanes. Good guess there. Let's see about the 22nd.
Jeez.
This is ridiculous. We name, and the thing is, I'm not mocking your guys' selections.
No, but
because
it's what your mind thinks.
I did the same thing. I was on the plane to the point that my wife said to me, "John, who are you talking?"
Oh, you know,
who are you talking to? Because I had headsets on, and she goes, "Who are you talking to?"
Myself.
I kept saying to myself, "I can't believe it."
You got to see these numbers, Christina. I can't believe it.
Number 1.
Nashville.
Numbers, what do they mean?
The Nashville Predators 9th. This is crazy. Okay, number 1 team. The Washington Capitals.
Yeah, I mean,
number one over the last 20 years.
Even that's surprising because
but they were steady.
In the beginning, they did not have a good team.
Ovi's been, I feel like, there for 35 years.
Number 2, last 20 years.
2005.
The San Jose Sharks.
That's I should have guessed.
Number 4, the St. Louis Blues.
That's surprising.
Number 6,
but they're the Denver Nuggets of this group.
Number 6, the Detroit Red Wings.
I was gonna guess them.
Damn, that's embarrassing that I didn't get them.
The 7 is the Dallas Stars. I thought that I would have guessed out. I had Dallas.
I wouldn't have.
I had Dallas higher, actually, in my mind than 7th. Colorado Avalanche, Stanley Cup champs, 8th, but the Flyers 13th.
Huh.
But it just goes to show you, being a top 10 team in the NHL doesn't mean jack. Being a top 10 team in the NBA doesn't mean jack. And the only reason why I don't, but baseball's a different thing because of the double the games. But I just try to put it in there and go, the football season, when they tell you it matters, boy, does it matter. It matters so much more. But we couldn't even name, seriously, that like we're rattling off who's the top 10 team. We couldn't even get them. It's amazing how meaningless, it tells you how meaningless regular seasons are in the NHL and the NBA.
I'm trying to think, like, turnover. The NFL has a ton of turnover, too, but not at the most important position, which is quarterback.
Right.
So maybe quarterback just holds more weight than the other sports because there's a ton of turnover in all 3 of them. That is
crazy.
Kind of put my brain in a pretzel.
I like putting your brain in a pretzel there, Jamie.
I think you just embarrassed both of us as non-sports guys.
Well, I don't really watch it.
But Pat, that's why.
I mean, it was obvious to a lot of people before that exercise, but post this exercise.
Pat, that's why I raised my bloody hand today. I raised my bloody hand to say, I didn't know them either.
I can't believe John exposed us.
Yeah.
I didn't know them either. It doesn't make any sense.
I feel like this is one of those, like, the exposés the news station do where there's, like, a guy, like, chasing a bad landlord.
Yeah.
I like
Sir,
it
explain it. Can you explain this, please?
I like it is, I felt stupid on the plane, so I was going to make you feel stupid, too. Pat, how'd you feel yesterday when you saw the Baker Mayfield trade news?
I was surprised because my initial thought was, thank God the Eagles didn't make it. And I'm surprised as somebody that is open about the fact that I don't think Jalen Hurts is the guy. But, look, the price for Baker was cheap.
Real cheap.
And Adam talked about that yesterday, of the fact that Washington could have had Baker Mayfield for his words.
Contract wasn't, though, money-wise.
Yeah, but they split it. I mean, I think Carolina's
$18 million Cleveland's eating.
Yeah, it's insane. They're paying a lot of money. I think it's leaving Carolina with $5 million. But my initial thought was like, wow, all right, Carolina now has no quarterback because they traded last year for Sam Darnold. Now they've got Baker Mayfield. You figure Baker will probably be the guy because he's better than Sam Darnold, but they gave a lot of money to Sam Darnold. So I don't want that headache. And I was happy that the Eagles did not make that move, even though it was cheap. You know, a conditional 4th-round pick is really nothing. So I was just surprised at my own reaction of, all right, I don't want that headache. And as a non-Hurts guy, like I want an answer after this season whether I was right or wrong. And if you bring in a Baker Mayfield, even though I think Baker is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts right now, you don't get that answer whether Jalen Hurts could be the guy. So I was happy about it, but I'm interested to hear what you guys thought.
I would have stashed him. For that price, I would have, but I don't know that financially the Eagles would have had the wiggle room.
No, probably not. I mean, you might have been able to figure out some kind of restructure or something. It's funny, the first place my mind went to was how inept the Washington football team is.
Because they could have done much better.
What they gave up for Carson Wentz compared to what Carolina just gave up for Baker Mayfield. And they're probably, at this point, comparable type guys. You forget how much Washington paid. They paid a 2022 second-round pick, which was 42nd overall, a third-round pick, number 73 overall, and a conditional third-round pick next year.
It's crazy
for Carson Wentz. And the Panthers just got was it a 4th or a 5th?
Conditional.
Yeah. So, like, what was Washington doing? I'm excited week 1 to see. This actually makes me kind of root for Baker a little bit.
Okay, well, here's now the question I put to all of you. So, Connor and Jamie and Pat, get ready to tell me the answer. Before the Baker Mayfield trade, the Carolina Panthers, in the MGM Sportsbooks, Pat, and that's your domain, out on the Las Vegas Strip, their odds were 125-1 to win the Super Bowl. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's 125-1. They trade for Baker Mayfield. What did their odds go to?
130-1.
What?
I think they got worse.
You think they got worse?
You can make the case, now that they have a quarterback a quarterback. It's not even
What do you think?
It's not a quarterback competition.
100-1.
Yeah, they got worse. 130 to
Really?
1.
I nailed it.
130 to 1.
Wow,
I
look
kind
at
of thought.
you.
Their
All right,
odds-
that's it for me, guys. I'm out of here.
Their odds to win the NFC went from 50 to 1 to 60 to 1. Their odds to win the NFC South went from 10 to 1 to 11 to 1.
That's
their
wild.
odds got worse.
I look. I love Matt Rule for everything he did for,
So I
for
do.
Temple.
I'll always love him.
And
too.
I will always love that guy. But man, Jamie, when your phrase is like quarterback desperation is a stinky cologne.
Yeah.
The poster boy for that cologne is Matt Rule.
Oh yeah, Sam
Matt-
Darnold to this.
Like Matt Rule is the Johnny Depp of like Dior or whatever that cologne is that rocks. It's like he's on the bus stop and it just says like
I think it's Sauvage.
Yeah, desperation by the NFL, and it's Matt Rule sitting there in a black and white photo because this is what now his fourth crack at trying to get a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm him, I'd probably do the same thing at this point.
I would
for a fourth, yeah.
Yeah, especially with my future being up in the air. I don't give a damn about future draft picks. I need to throw as many darts at the wall as possible here. But Sam Darnold to Baker Mayfield, that's
unbelievable.
That's rough.
Hey, when you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double. Taste the hot, juicy square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef is available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Are you guys like me at all, where you see a guy
We
kind
love
of
Wendy's? Yeah, we do.
I do love those breakfast
love that.
potatoes. But when you see a guy like Baker kind of get like bodied and thrown through the tumble cycle here, that you kind of end up pulling for him a little bit.
Nope.
No,
because here's what I'm
So
wondering.
I'm not a huge fan of his, but the Browns are such a terrible organization, and what they did with Deshaun Watson and all this, I'm now Team Baker over Team Brown, so I'm kind of like, for a slight little bit, pulling for him in Carolina.
I'm saying to myself, I've never covered the NFL as a reporter, but have been in a lot of NFL locker rooms over the years and seen teams. I'm floored that that's absolutely obvious that locker room wanted him out.
Yeah, it seems that way.
The minute he said, sort of like, well, they're not treating me fairly, and there are guys in that locker room making $5 million a year, $4 million a year that are pissed off at hearing stuff like that.
Oh, well, Robbie
Being,
Anderson.
whiny.
Yeah, he had to walk that back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Like he was asked before the trade a couple months ago about it, and he just said, no.
Yeah.
And then they trade for him. So it's not the first time Robbie Anderson's had to walk something back. All you Temple fans
Thanks,
are talking
Robbie.
about. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in that locker room because I don't get the feeling that Sam Darnold was all that well liked, but I don't get the feeling that he's like hated.
No, Sam Darnold is reportedly not. I got some guys that I used to do a lot with doing morning radio in Charlotte, and they're like, Sam. A lot of people are still rooting for Sam.
Seems like a nice guy.
They still don't think he has it. The guys that I know don't think he has it.
Clearly not when they just traded for Baker.
Right, but they still root for the guy he's hard to root against. They say he's a hard guy to root.
Yeah, Baker made me be so anti-Brown here that I hope he figures it out to some degree.
I have enough hate in my heart that I can root against both of them.
There you go. Say you can root
I
against
like Baker.
But I never hated Baker.
I like
Yeah,
Baker.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
but
the
he's
thing
sick.
is, he's really unpopular. He's obviously unpopular in his own locker
I
room.
like his attitude.
I love I'll just remember the Rose Bowl against Georgia when he was taunting the Georgia players at halftime.
Yeah, I like that.
And then in the second half, the Georgia players are just like, go shut your mouth and go the other sideline, you little punk. And I sort of laughed at the fact is, okay, Baker, it's halftime and you're taunting people.
Well, and then you end up being the number one overall pick. So
you sort of wait and just, but we've seen how that turned out.
He got the last laugh.
We've seen how it's turned out, though.
I mean, I'd like to see his bank account. How that turned out.
The bank account turns out
that
fine.
must be nice.
Yeah.
He led the Browns to their first playoff win in 24 years or
He
something?
wasn't as bad as Cleveland wants to make him out to be.
No.
He's not great, but he's...
But it's obvious they wanted him out of that locker room. And that team wanted him gone.
Yeah, but look at that team. Like to Jamie's point, that organization's a dumpster fire. Maybe it's them. Maybe they need to look inward.
I wonder how much of it is like doing the commercials and being like this early appointed face of the league where you haven't really earned it yet. I wonder if that leads to animosity in when they see him like sucking last year and Odell complaining. They're like, oh, Mr. Progressive, yeah, where are you on that? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, though, he was playing injured.
He was
last year,
yeah.
even though it wasn't his throwing shoulder.
That's still has to suck. I mean,
and that's something that people bring up, and I'm going, okay, that injury. I know guys who've had shoulder surgery, have had torn rotator cuffs and everything, and I watch them like shift their shoulders and just be like, oh my God, like where they're gritting their teeth. I'm not going to laugh and be like, oh, dude, it wasn't his throwing shoulder. Because I guarantee you, he's getting knocked around.
Oh, yeah, he was still out there setting blocks. And
the minute he's getting hit every time, that's got to be like daggers through you. Oh. I'm going to have tons of respect for the guy playing through that.
Yeah, for sure. But those commercials where he gets locked out of the stadium are going to hit a little bit different this time around.
I got to be honest, though. I mean, those commercials cracked me up.
They're actually not bad.
I liked them. But to Jamie's point, I guarantee it rubbed some people the wrong way.
Remember, he was on like the cover of some like car in like a leopard like thong his rookie year. Like, I wonder how much of that stuff, like the Hollywood.
Plays.
Yeah, that plays.
Yeah, that plays.
Yeah.
I've got one of those cooking on the Instagram right now. Check that coming up.
It's pretty obvious he's not for everybody.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
And that's going to be for not only people, but for fans, but for teammates alike.
As Pat says, look at the bank account. I mean, Jamarcus Russell's got the bank account, too.
Oh, my God. That's the biggest bust in history.
And you're mocked by your peers because you didn't accomplish. You got paid, but you didn't accomplish.
Yeah, but you can go disappear with your money.
And to me, but he's a guy I think that
Jamarcus did.
I think for him, I think for Baker, it's being in the public eye. It's being loved. It's hearing the acclaim. I don't think it's about just the money. I think it's about and I got to tell you, I also didn't think he was that bad. I said right there, I would have stashed him.
He's certainly worth a 5th round gamble.
I would have absolutely stashed. If the Eagles had the flexibility to be able to do it, I absolutely would have made that move and stashed.
I can't do it.
Why? Because Jalen Hurts could have handled it.
No, I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts. His fan base can't.
Who cares about the fan base?
I don't care about the fan base.
They care about the fan base.
It's a huge part of it.
It's a huge part of it.
It is.
The second Jalen Hurts loses 2 games in a row, there'd be a lot of the fan base calling for Baker Mayfield to play.
The minute Jalen Hurts loses 2 games this year in a row, we're going to hear it.
Yeah. So I don't need Baker Mayfield.
So I mean, it doesn't. So it has nothing to do with Baker Mayfield. It has to do with a lack of belief in Jalen Hurts that people have.
Yeah. So you got to take that option away from them.
Why?
It's like the manager in Moneyball. You can't play Pena today.
You don't think that people are going to be calling here for Minshew Mania?
They might, but they'll be calling more for Baker if he's here.
Yeah, not as much as they would for Baker.
I got to tell you, I think Minshew may be a better quarterback
than Baker.
Yep.
No, I think Baker's way better. But
yeah, I'm looking at Minshew's career numbers. I think Minshew is every bit the quarterback that Baker Mayfield is.
No, I think Baker's better. I mean, we'll find out.
Well, hopefully we don't find out.
Well, no, I mean, we'll find out in the sense of like if Baker,
if he turns it around,
if Baker turns it around because he's got weapons in Carolina.
Do we play Carolina this year? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. That would have been fun.
I think they would have considered stashing him had they not had Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
I mean it's just smart business.
Yeah, would they pay a 6 for Minshew and Baker went for? Yeah, they probably would have made that.
Could
move.
do something like that. I think,
but the money.
Yeah, exactly. That's
the part.
And by the way, they've spent their money well this offseason.
They sure have.
They usually do.
Yeah.
I mean, like they usually don't have an offseason where the contracts you go, oh my God, we're going to be hurting about that. And at Jamie's point, the cap is fake. So even if they do give out a contract where the numbers look skewed, I don't worry about it because Howie will be able to get out of it.
We talk about number one thing I've learned from Jamie Lynch is that's it. John, stop worrying about the cap with Howie.
Yeah, it's
stop
malleable.
Worrying about it. It's not even. Yeah. Howie will make that the least of your concerns. That's what I've learned from Jamie Lynch in a year and a half.
Yeah, every team eats money to some degree every year. The Eagles went through a rough patch there for a year, but they're already out of it for the most part, outside of, I think, Brandon Brooks and maybe some Fletcher Coxstead money, but for the most part, they're pretty much out of it.
We got 5 questions coming up in the next segment, where Connor will be quizzed, as will and Heavy Chevy will also get quizzed. He's going to come in and answer a question too, because I got one that fits Mike, because I read one about siblings. So I thought the guy with the most siblings on the show, Heavy Chevy, could answer one of the questions too. So we'll have 5 questions. Plus, I think sports fandom has entered into crazy town with a story that happened locally. We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Get the BetParks app today. If you're in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, I want you to download it. And I want you to get a risk-free bet up to $750 when you use the promo code Kincade. The BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app is where the odds, the bets, the slots, and the casino games come together all in perfect harmony right in your pocket. It's great. So let's say you have a little time to kill. You're in the airport. You want to play a little 25-cent a hand blackjack. You can do it. You can just have some fun. You can bet on individual player performances in a baseball game. Like if you believe that Aaron Nola is a guy who's going to get you a bunch of strikeouts and go out there and go pitch deep into the game, it's going to benefit you. You don't have to bet on the Phillies actually winning the game or losing the game. You're going to love the in-game wagering, too, because the money line is constantly shifting during the course of the game. Download it in the App Store, the Google Play Store, go to betparks.com. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Use the promo code Kincade. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show is presented by Wendy's. When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen, always square beef. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double and taste that hot, juicy square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with the new voice of Spring Garden Lending, President Andy Racklin, a national player in economic development and finance. Andy!
Happy to be back, Anthony.
All right, last time we talked, you said your game plan to expand Spring Garden Lending's product lineup and open new markets, so?
We're batting 1,000, man. We opened a Pittsburgh office. We've got exciting projects going there. It's great.
Oh, that's awesome. The new product?
So Spring Garden Lending is now offering lines of credit.
Highlights?
What these revolving lines of credit do is let our borrowers move fast. It puts them on an equal playing field with cash buyers.
Oh, that's incredible. Not only is Spring Garden Lending providing bridge loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip, 30-year fixed-rate permanent financing, and now lines of credit.
That's right. Our goal is supporting developers who are challenged finding funding through traditional sources so they can provide housing people can afford. That's it.
Andy, you're impressive. That's right. Listen up, developers, investors. Touch base with Spring Garden Lending right now.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
You can get a smile that makes everyone do a double take. Wow. Without taking all the money out of your bank account. Just go to Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Byte Invisible Aligners are the affordable way to get the smile you've always wanted. Byte costs thousands less than traditional braces, with treatments that start as low as $82 a month. Order your at-home impression kit today from Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Be confident. Be you with Byte.
This is your captain speaking. You better buckle your seatbelts for this one. I noticed my passport was due to expire, so I went to Staples. I got a passport photo in 10 minutes, so we're good to go.
Now at Staples, get 20% off travel products when you purchase a passport photo. Get travel ready at Staples, your one-stop travel prep destination.
Hey, let me tell you about another time that Staples saved my caboose. That all started back.
N731, in-store only. Excludes Instacart orders, certain products, services, and technology. See staplesconnect.com/services/travel for details.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt. One of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold. Deadline fast approaching. But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary ticket?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The Joe Perry Project.
Live in concert, Saturday, July 23rd, 7 p.m., Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. The incomparable guitar of Joe Perry. Special guest, Carte Blanche. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss a night with the Joe Perry Project Live. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the Square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen beef. And yup, these patties are square. Grab a Dave's Double and see the hot and juicy Square difference for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
The John Kincade Show.
Show's a hit. Yes, the critics love it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
You know, when you want a hot and juicy hamburger, you go for the Square. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double. Taste the hot, juicy Square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef's available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Or you can go get Wendy's breakfast, which we will be getting.
I can't wait.
Very pumped.
So we're looking
Very
forward
excited.
to that. Yeah. We've got
breakfast
breakfast is on the way.
It's the best. It's the
See, I
first thing
can't have
think
the
of.
potatoes, Jamie.
I'm sorry. I keep rubbing
I'm
it
excited, though. 11 weeks, 22 pounds.
That's great.
Co-pair Vance is very proud of his student.
Yeah, we get it, you little skinny bitch.
Yeah, I'm not skinny, but I'm not getting towards skinny. But that is the one thing, though, that you do these little reflection things where you share, like, what are you struggling with? So I had to have some Hers chips the other day.
Yeah, I don't have chips very often, but I was picking up sack of subs down the shore, and they said, anything else for you? And I saw the Hers bag, the original, sitting there, and I went, yeah, hit me with some chips.
See, to me, that's Satan.
Hit me with some chips.
Seriously, Satan's standing there.
Yeah, they're just so
with
flaky
the giant, and so I got the small bag of the black black pepper and and the rock and the sea salt.
Oh yeah.
And I got a pack of the small pack. I've only eaten half of it.
Has anybody here tried the new Philadelphia Hers pack? Well, that's good work by you.
I've only eaten half because I'm afraid.
So Hers launched the Philadelphia flavor edition.
I have not heard of it.
So there's a long hot pepper one. There's
doesn't do it for me.
A Whiz Wit cheesesteak flavored one.
Ooh, I want that one.
And I think the third one was a ketchup flavored one.
Geez.
I gotta look that up again.
It's not.
Ketchup and chips is good.
Because
they've had ketchup on chips.
They've had ketchup chips for a while, and they are incredible.
I don't put ketchup on chips.
They might be my favorite.
It's actually not bad.
No,
I mean, think about it. It's just potato and ketchup.
They might be my favorite.
It's like a French fry.
So
yeah, but
good.
I don't put
But
ketchup
you need
on
to.
French fries.
We're telling you need to.
What do you mean you don't put ketchup on French fries?
Okay, so the third one is the 215 special sauce. It's ketchup, hot sauce, salt, and pepper.
Okay, I may taste that.
And it's Philly flavored.
I may taste something like that. No, Connor, I am an I'm not a sauceman.
What do you put on your fries? You don't
Nothing.
raw dog fries.
Yeah, I do.
Dude,
wow.
Come on.
That explains a lot.
No, I seriously do.
So that's pre-crime.
How about this?
That's pre-crime.
Especially the crinkle cut fries.
Like
crinkle cut fries are my favorite.
They have the nooks and crannies to fit the sauce in.
Yeah.
No,
they were literally created for the sauce.
Now, if you gave me a remoulade.
A what?
I don't even know what that is.
You're just making words up,
Jamie,
man.
it's a
You come
real
on
word.
here with your bad food takes, and now you're just making words up, trying to embarrass us some more.
A remoulade is a Cajun style,
remoulade.
It's like
a remoulade. I always called it remoulade. You're probably right. I always called it a remoulade. Yeah.
Douche.
And I love it. Oh, I love that. I'm just not. No, I'm not a ketchupsman because it's all sugar.
And
so I'm not a ketchupsman.
It's delicious.
And I love tomatoes.
No honey mustard. No barbecue sauce. Mayo, ketchup combo, fancy sauce.
In fact, any kind of honey mustard, I'm absolutely out on.
What? This is
because
terrible.
I do not like any kind of mustard that has any sweetness to it, I hate. I like brown mustard.
Yeah.
And Christina gets
spicy
this,
brown.
Christina gets either the golden spicy brown
Yeah.
or this other one that's like a really more bougie Jamie Lynchish.
A Dijon?
No, it's not a Dijon because it doesn't have the mustard.
Trader Joe's makes the Dijon.
But I'll tell you this:
Slaps.
there is a brown mustard that is it's like toxic.
Apparently, there's a mustard shortage.
I'm not a big. Of course,
There's
there
an
is.
everything
Of course
shortage.
My mom showed up with a bottle of mustard down the shore, and I was like, "Oh, what'd you bring?"
uh-oh.
And she said, "Apparently, there's a mustard shortage."
There's a-
So I grabbed a couple bottles.
There's a good food takes shortage on the John Kincade
Well,
show.
there on mine.
So we're getting some chip feedback real quick.
Okay.
Dan Baxter says, my wife is obsessed with the long hot chips. M-Man says, had the Whiz Wit yesterday. Not bad at all. And Kevin Service says, I put some of the long hot ones on a turkey sandwich the other day, and it's phenomenal.
See the Cheese Whiz? Now, Connor's nodding his head.
Love Whiz.
Same.
Oh,
I'm a
Give me
sucker for that
extra
canned
whiz.
cheese.
oh my God.
Oh,
I saw
great.
somebody at the
Slop it up right on there.
I saw somebody at the movie theater
You have my
Oh,
time.
the
having
pretzels?
having the
Oh, that's my
with
go-to.
with the whiz.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Oh,
Sometimes I get an extra cup of Whiz to dunk my cheesesteak with Whiz.
you know it's not cheese.
It tastes great.
And
I don't know
like
what
it's
half
not-
the stuff I
Yeah,
eat
like,
is,
these are
John.
like the
I
people
know
that-
how it tastes.
these are the people that go like fast food. You know, it's not. You know, look at all the carbo. I know.
I know
And
what
I-
I'm doing.
and I love it.
No, but I love no. If I'm gonna have cheese, though, I want cheese. I want real cheese. Like I have I have a cheesesteak. It is.
Yeah, I got out.
I do provolone.
We don't all go get to see Chef Andrea Bocelli every weekend down in.
He's not a chef. He's a singer.
Chef Bocelli.
You don't know that. He might be multi-talented.
Sounds like a
John.
chef.
So he could because
That
he
is-
sings, he can't cook.
I told you to see Chef.
Stop trying to put Bocelli in a box.
Chef Quincy. That is Chef Quincy down at the Hard Rock at Council Oak. Maybe listening to the show this morning. What's
Probably
up, Quince?
Not after this
But after
conversation.
this. No, if I'm going to have cheese, I want cheese.
So wait, so when you go,
I don't want cheese whiz.
If you go to like the movies and
I don't eat at the movies.
Ever?
Ever.
what?
No
I don't
candy?
eat. I don't eat
No
at a
popcorn?
I don't eat at a ball game.
What?
I said this. I don't eat at a ball game.
This explains so much, and yet I'm still surprised.
The only thing you will ever
Serial
see me,
killer
the only
behavior.
thing you'll ever see me eat at a ball game, one thing ever, is I might have a salt pretzel. If I have a beer, which I'm going to have a beer, I'm going to have a draft beer, absolutely. I will have maybe a salt pretzel. Anything else, off the table. Don't eat hot dogs. Don't eat.
Oh, man, the
anything like that
sausage,
at the
pepper,
game.
and onion at a ball game with
No.
some mustard on it?
Mainly because of the fact that I'm there to watch a game and I'm not there to stand in line and eat food.
We love Copair, but why do you need it? You only eat like 2 places in the world.
No, because Connor, I mean, a lot of crappy things. I mean, I will say one thing, though, and this is, we touched on it yesterday. But yesterday,
The movies is worse.
You know who else did this, by the way? H.H. Holmes.
Did he really?
Yeah, the first serial killer in America.
I didn't realize
yeah,
that.
He did
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
He
this guy.
was staunch defender of not eating at ball games.
Well, yesterday we touched on this shortly, and then I read Crossing Broad yesterday had a more detailed explanation of it. The Sons of Ben controversy because of being asked to release a statement on the ruling of the Supreme Court on Roe versus Wade. And I just, my head was literally spinning, and I had to present it to my wife and say she's not a sports fan. So here, listen to this. And she goes, so the Sons of Ben. I said, they're a group of soccer advocates.
Yeah.
They also do charity work, and they're good in the community, and they really support the franchise and everything.
And
She
they
goes,
were big behind the bid for the World Cup. They supported all that.
Right. She goes, the Flyers, she goes, do the Flyers and the Eagles and the Sixers and the Phillies have this too? And I said, it's not the same.
Yeah, they were trying to grow the sport here, so
I
it
said
was
they're
more
trying
like
to
a
cultivate it.
grassroots kind of movement.
Yeah, they're a big reason why a team's here.
And then it was, okay,
Yeah.
but I don't understand what the freak does that have to do with Roe versus Wade?
I have no idea.
And why would any fan group of a sports team have to be making a statement on political issues? I have absolutely no clue why. Oh, you're a member of a soccer group. You mean everybody in the group has the exact same opinion on Roe versus Wade? You mean if you're a member of Sons of Ben, the only way that I would want a group issuing a statement is if everyone in the group shared the exact same opinion on a highly explosive, controversial, and culturally defined issue. I would not want a statement being released. You're a sports fan for a soccer team. Would you stop it? I mean, this is ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. That groupthink is now required. You must have a uniform opinion on a social issue because you are a fan of the soccer team. This is ridiculous to me. Now the whole idea of telling people to F off over it may be the thing that is absolutely out of bounds, and I think that's out of bounds. You disagree with someone, disagree civilly, and every one of us at one time in our lives has not handled disagreement well. So I think that's fair. And I will give somebody a free pass on that as far as understanding that, as long as they apologize and do that. Because you shouldn't be downplaying someone else's feelings or opinions on an issue. But to be a sports fan, you now have to have groupthink? There's only one right answer? Bullcrap. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just don't...
on any social issue, there's nuance.
I don't know why they felt the need to address it. Not everything needs to be addressed. That's one thing the internet has done, I think, to everyone, is given a platform to people, and people have felt the need.
You need to speak.
Yeah, felt the need to chime in on every subject. Yeah, some things you just don't need to chime in on, and a group of fans talking about a very hot-button issue in this country right now, I think that's one you could have just sat out on, and nobody would have blinked an eye.
Correct.
I don't think anybody was looking to Sons of Ben for a comment on it.
It's Sons of Ben. Wait a minute. Do you think in the Channel 6 newsroom, do you think at the Inquirer, do you think at CNN they were like, hey, why haven't we heard from Sons of Ben? You mean fans of a soccer team? Oh, you mean every fan of the soccer team has the exact same opinion on the exact same social issue? It's a bunch of crap. It really is.
Yeah, I saw it doing my email last night, and I was kind of like, what is this? Why is this a thing?
Why is this a thing? You know why? Because it is. And Jamie, it is. It's social media.
It is.
Now,
yeah.
Everybody, hey, make your opinion known on every single thing. I'll tell you this. I liked people a hell of a lot more before I knew their opinion on every single thing. And it's one of the reasons why I stay active on Facebook just to connect with family. And if you're a listener...
Oh, I deleted that cesspool a while ago.
If you're a listener and you sent me a Facebook request and I don't know you, I'm sorry. And you probably wonder, why is he being a jerk? Why doesn't he accept? Because honestly, I use it to share family photos of vacation, stay connected to classmates that I know.
Yeah, I've sent you 3 requests, man. Is that why you're not getting back to me?
Connor, you know I would accept you anytime. You are family to us.
What's your profile picture? Is your shirt unbuttoned?
Is it mustache in it?
I am not wearing a shirt.
Of course.
And I have a mustache.
Well, wait a minute. Christina and Olivia would absolutely friend Connor because they both think Connor takes too much crap on this show.
I think the stash looks good.
Jamie, my man.
You look like a stash guy.
Anytime any comment is made, what'd you guys talk about today? I said, well,
he looks like a stash.
And he'll say, and I'll say, well, I picked on Connor about his mustache and everything. He goes, leave Connor alone. Connor looks good.
I saw a
Both
guy.
Both my daughter and my wife. Connor looks good. Leave him alone.
I saw a guy yesterday walking, and he had the aviators and the mustache, and it's like, dude,
Top Gun, dude.
You're trying
too hard.
You are trying too hard, and in 10 years, you're gonna go, hey, remember when everyone grew a mustache because of Top Gun? God, what were we thinking?
I got to see this movie.
It's a great movie.
Oh, no, Jamie,
it's not a good look.
I know. I got to take my mom. She's been wanting to see it.
Well, I promise you, I will tell you, other than Godfather 2, I've never seen a sequel that is as good.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And maybe because of the fact that they waited 40 years, 35 years or whatever it was to do it, they did it so well.
This guy. Have you ever seen Sister Act 2, sir?
I
Then
did
shut
not. No,
your mouth.
you're right, man. I got to check it out. I got to check
you
out
got
that
owned.
one. So, hey, real estate. Again, it's one of the reasons why, and I've said it many times, and I've taken grief for it from some people who goes, oh, notice you don't speak about this issue. Notice you don't speak about this issue. And I'm like, no, I'm a sports talk radio host. And I am not going to bluff myself into thinking that you need my opinion on every social issue, every political issue, or otherwise. And I'm never going to be arrogant enough to tell you how to vote, how to think, or otherwise. Just so you understand it, that's where I stand, and it's where I've always stood. I don't believe in it. And I don't believe that's why you come to this store and why you're shopping in this aisle. And many people believe that, well, I'm a sports talk radio host, but I have to offer my political opinions. My voice is too important. If you think that, I give you that right. You have that right. Go for it. I think I've never abided by that.
Yeah, I don't see why
I think
they
people
felt the
look at
need.
us as entertainment, light, have fun, and be all inclusive and have fun. We don't agree on every issue in this show, the stuff we talked about. We don't agree on everything about this show. But you know what? We're respectful of each other, and we get along, and people can still have differing opinions on things and be friends and get along.
John, you and I have never had differing opinions. We're lockstep in everything.
We are. It's absolutely amazing for us.
Simpatico.
Hey, real estate developers, Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans to help you acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance investment properties. It's Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders.
Are you getting it now, Pat?
It's time for 5 questions, but before we get to it, Connor, I want Heavy Chevy to be able to set up, because he's got to get himself on camera. So whether he has to set up the camera. So I want Heavy Chevy to make his way over.
Can D-Train step in?
So I'm going to give Heavy Chevy the first question of 5 questions. So I want him to be able to make his way into the studio. He's the mastermind that keeps that YouTube broadcast and all of our social media content that is video caliber is all of him. And I'm surprised ESPN hasn't grabbed them up yet, but it's coming, I'm sure. But we're going to go with 5 questions.
Well, while we
It's time for...
Oh, sorry.
No,
go ahead.
He's all right.
It's time for 5 questions with John Kincade.
And now we just need Heavy Chevy to make his way into the studio.
I think he quit.
Did he quit?
Yeah, I think after your ketchup take on not eating at the movies and games and no ketchup, I think he's like, I can't work. I can't work under this man.
He may be showing the D-Train how to do it. So here he comes. He's Heavy Chevy.
Oh, he's back.
He's our 6'3" teen idol. Heavy Chevy. He's 18, I think. Hey, Chevy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? There's Heavy Chevy, baby.
You're still
on
a
camera.
teenager? I had no idea.
Yeah,
He's
I didn't
18,
grow up.
He's 37 years old.
I'm
I have a
telling
wife
you.
and kids and everything, yeah.
Mortgage.
Mortgage, yeah. I'm making those
Damn
payments.
bills.
Yeah,
Want to get home and enjoy a brewski after a long day of work.
and I did get asked, why are you always picking on Connor, but you don't pick on Heavy Chevy? Because
Chevy's
my daughter knows both of you guys, and she's a big defender of both of you. I said, well, I don't pick on Heavy Chevy because Heavy Chevy doesn't put himself out there.
Yeah, Connor asked for it a little bit.
Connor asked for it and he owns it, which makes it easier. Connor's a good sport about it,
Right.
which does make it easier. But Connor also knows when he shows up to work with a mustache that says "Don't allow me within 500 feet of a school," he knows he's going to be getting
Sometimes you need a locker room guy. I'm that locker room guy.
All right, well, let's
usually
go with
me.
our first question, Connor.
Question 1.
It goes to Heavy Chevy. Mikey, you have 6 siblings? Or 7?
I'm one of 6.
You're
5.
one of
I have
6.
five brothers, yeah.
You have 5 brothers. There are 6 brothers in his family.
All boys. Wild.
By the way, really good-looking family, too.
He gets after it.
Strong swimmers.
I mean, seriously, good-looking family, too.
Dad was putting in overtime, man.
Okay, now, Chevy, what number are you in the family?
4.
You're 4.
4 of 6.
So you're like Jan Brady. You're in the middle. Do you have a favorite sibling?
Ooh, on the pressure cooker.
Yeah,
you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Wait. Do you have a favorite sibling?
Yeah, I'd say I prefer one of the siblings over another, yeah.
You are not a liar. There is a Psychology Today story where they ask certain questions. And they ask parents, do you have a favorite child? And they ask siblings if they have a favorite sibling. And on a lie detector test, people who say, no, I don't have a favorite kid. No, I don't have a favorite sibling. They lie. They get pinned as liars absolutely all the time. So your favorite sibling, do you want to name your favorite sibling now, or do you want to leave it up?
No, we'll keep that off the air.
That's smart.
We don't need
Good
to do that
decision,
now.
Chevy.
I don't want to have any, texts or
not
anything.
one of the twins.
No.
Okay, so we just ruled 2 of them out.
Stop
okay.
Stop talking. Save yourself.
As your attorney.
Well, that's like one person. So,
we just ruled 2 of them out.
Let's just talk about your least favorite sibling. Who do you got? Who's your least favorite? They're not listening.
Probably the twins.
The twins are the least favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the least favorite. I mean, they're the oldest of the group, so I kind of.
Do they bully?
Yeah. That's how it goes. The older the sibling, the more
bullying
flack
you
that the younger siblings get.
There you
so,
go.
I mean, I guess you could say that's
Good
their
job.
least favorite.
My mom's one of 6, and I can tell you right now, she has a least favorite sibling that she straight up does not like and a favorite sibling.
Christina's the Phoenix. She's 7 of 7, and she absolutely could tell you a least favorite and a favorite.
I have a favorite sibling.
You do? See, there you go.
It's my only one.
Yeah,
I have a favorite sibling, too. So good job, Mikey. That's
you.
Heavy Chevy. We appreciate it. Let's get question 2.
Question 2.
Okay, this one's going to go to Jamie Lynch because Jamie's getting 2 today. We talked about it yesterday on the show, and I really wanted you to be on the conversation. I can't remember a young player breaking onto the scene in Philadelphia who was more universally loved and just exploded upon with, like, just affection than Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, probably not.
Can you think of one? I mean, seriously, think of Tyrese Maxey right now.
Chase Utley was, his first hit was a grand slam at the Vet. He came on pretty strong.
What was he, 24, though?
Yeah, but
he was older.
But it probably wasn't, because he graduated UCLA. It probably wasn't to the level of Maxey. He was the first one that came to mind.
I can't think of one. Isn't that amazing, though?
I'm trying to think of an Eagle. Like Deshaun Jackson, his first year, you knew you had something.
But not the way that the universal love. And
Tyrese
affection.
is probably in a different stratosphere. Those are the first two that came to mind was Utley and kind of Deshaun.
I wanted you in that conversation, so I had to ask. Question 3.
Question 3.
Okay, let's go to Connor Thomas.
Hello.
Connor, have you had 4 bad sunburns in your life? You're in your mid-20s, heading towards your upper 20s. Have you had 4 bad sunburns?
I don't like where this is going, but definitely yes.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going either.
This is going to be a fun one.
Okay, the American Medical Association tells you begin getting tagged. Now, don't read into that anything there. Get tagged on a yearly basis beginning at the age of 35.
Oh, so I've got, more time.
Because the sun damage you have done, if you've had 4 bad sunburns in your life by your mid-20s, that include your face, your shoulders, or your chest, you are in severe danger by your 50s of some sort of skin cancer where there will have to be intervention.
Okay. Well, I can't smell. I've only got one working kidney. I eat only microwave food. So if I make it to 35, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, you always say that. You always do say that. I expect you to take good care of yourself, though.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a great dermatologist right here in the building on the 6th floor.
Yeah, a couple floors up, though. It's kind of a hike.
You want to look like me when you're older? Have this kind of skin? Go to the doctor.
Can I keep the mustache?
See, look at Pat.
Just pat yourself on the back there, Johnny.
Hey, let's go to question 4 for Pat.
Question 4.
Pat, are you into sweets or spicy? We know this.
Yeah, I can't take anything spicy.
Well, Cosmopolitan says that makes you a better lover.
That's okay. Well, I'm an outlier.
The idea of sweets and spicy.
A lot of sadness in my bedroom.
Many people think spicy means they'll spice it up in the bedroom. When in a Cosmopolitan survey, did you know men who prefer sweets over spicy are considered to be more attentive and creative lovers? So, Pat, do you have any secrets to share with us?
No,
prefer to swallow.
There's one. If you want to be creative, there's one. Like I'm just a missionary guy. You know?
Yeah, you're just all right.
Just doing my service. No, there's a lot of sadness in my bedroom. I've apologized more than one location.
A lot of tears.
Is this thing going to start? Honey, it's over. I called you an Uber. It's on the way. So I'm an outlier, Johnny.
Okay, so you are the outlier.
Yeah, I have a bad thrust game.
I did that story to pump you up. No pun intended.
Look, I've been trying to pump myself up for a while, and I've had to because I'm such a bad lover in the sack. So no, it's just not good.
All right,
I appreciate it though.
I tried pumping Pat up, and it didn't work. Dr. Avidan Appel might not even be able to help
I've tried
Pat.
pills. I've tried pumps.
See, there it is.
Tried
right,
blow-up dolls. Nothing.
Let's get to the last question.
Question 5.
Jamie, since you're just back from being away from us, also from Psychology Today, who do you think of most when you were away from the show? When you're on vacation and stuff, who comes into your mind most of the entire crew?
Honestly, no one, because I really try not to think about it.
Yeah, but if someone comes into your mind.
Probably you. Really? Because when I have a notepad, I make up notes about the show, and usually me and you have points of contention. So, like when James Harden's talking about, that was a perfect example. When James Harden's talking about his contract extension, and when I'm thinking about it, I originally went back to the conversations we were having about how much you were afraid of the $170 million deal.
Right.
So our points of contention probably lend me to think about you first, and that just gave me the willies.
And the Pat, when you're away, if there's some person you think about the most, I think I would guess Bob.
I talk to Jamie the most, so I guess it would be Jamie.
So it'd be Jamie. Connor?
I'm never really away.
You're not away, yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know. Pat probably texts me the most outside of the show, so I'd probably say Pat.
Mine is Bob. For whatever reason, it's Bob, and I can't give you an exact reason, but psychology
Keep
today...
it in your pants.
Psychology today will tell you that the reason you think of the person the most is that the one that you think you have the most brotherly bond with.
Huh.
It doesn't mean you're the closest with this person. It doesn't mean that you agree with this person the most. But it is the one that you have a bond with that you feel there's some sort of a bond of communication, and you're missing that give and take, yin and yang, which sort of plays to your part. Mm-hmm. You and I tend to have differing opinions on things, which is good for the show.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So it's interesting.
And you take him out and play baseball sometimes.
We do.
Have a catch.
Have a catch. Big Brother program.
Take him for a car wash.
Yeah, 97.5 Big Brother program.
Yeah.
John
Works
Kincade.
that well.
Not have a throw, have a catch.
We love it. All right, coming up, I'm going to tell you why the Phillies trade deadline could be a shopper's paradise. Plus, the Sixers moves, how are they being received? We'll talk about it next. John Kincade Show, halfway home here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I've heard the name Landis Block and Concrete on the air at 97.5 The Fanatic for years. And when we built our new home, I realized I've got this blank slate in the backyard right off of our back deck that I knew just looks sort of barren and plain. And I know my wife wants to do something creative with it. So I'm turning Landis Block and Concrete onto my wife to be able to help create us what they always talk about, jaw-dropping outdoor paradises. Now, I tend to be a very simple guy, but you got to be compromising in these type of things. So Landis Block and Concrete has tons of different ideas about how you can build your dream backyard. If you're a do-it-yourself guy, God bless you. They're going to teach you how to do it yourself, too, right there at their store in Souderton, PA. They have a fantastic photo gallery at landisbc.com. Landisbc.com. That's where I like to go because it gives you ideas about whether you want to build an outdoor kitchen, a fire pit, retaining wall. I know I want like a bench seating wall. I know I want something that's going to look a certain style and color. And there's so many different ideas, and they're going to hook you up with contractors to help build you your dream backyard. You have a lot of dreams. You got to collaborate. I'm turning this project over to Landis Block. My wife and Landis Block are going to create a beautiful jaw-dropping outdoor paradise for us. You want to check it out for yourself? Go to landisbc.com.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The biggest party of the year for Philadelphia sports fans is back.
Oh, my God!
FanDuel Sportsbook presents 97.5 The Fanatics Fan Fest, Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
Let's just go. All of the Fanatic hosts celebrity guests, interactive activities, and attractions.
And lots of food and drinks.
97.5 The Fanatics Fan Fest 2022.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
The countdown is on.
This is a free event, but you will need a ticket to attend.
Keep listening for ticket giveaways, ticket rate appearances, online ticket raids, and a special offer from FanDuel Sportsbook to score tickets.
Must be 21 or older to attend.
97.5 The Fanatics Fan Fest 2022. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Believe it. Be there.
Concerts, festivals, family gatherings.
There's an Everfresh juice for that.
Shooting hoops. Sitting on the stoop.
There's an Everfresh juice for that.
Picnics. Pool parties.
There's an Everfresh juice for that.
Days on the beach. Nights on the town.
There's an Everfresh juice for that.
Crack of the bat. Peanuts and hot dogs.
There's an Everfresh juice for that, too.
There's an Everfresh juice for every occasion. Everfresh has over 40 flavors to choose from, including our premier apple juice line with your favorite apple to eat. Now available in a bottle to drink. Just twist the cap. Everfresh juices and juice drinks. Nature's refreshment.
Look for delicious 100% juice, Honeycrisp apple, or any Everfresh juice or juice drink flavor at McCaffrey Supermarket on Heacock Road in Yardley.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin Super Mega Rolling Rolls. Yeah. Goes last long. It's TP goes, yeah. Charmin's got 6 rolls in one. Lasts forever on my buns. Only super mega when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Fanatic fan favorites.
Protect your home with DryTech waterproofing solutions. Fanatic listeners receive 15% off when they mention the Kincade Show. For water in your basement, cracks in your foundation, or mold remediation, trust the experts at DryTech. DryTechCorp.com.
Fanatic fan favorites on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. You can still be slimmer for this summer, since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet. Their program uses hair, saliva, and bioenergetic scans to personalize natural formulas and supplements to help you lose the weight. That DNA info is used to help you keep it off. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com.
Hellsberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Got It Right. Tim needed an engagement ring. He did research, listened to hints from his fiance's friends,
She wants a lab-grown, oval cut, and white gold with a halo.
and he went to Hellsberg Diamonds. At Hellsberg, Tim found an incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds. He also found the ring she really wanted.
Nailed it. She is gonna freak.
Be like Tim. Find the ring of her dreams at a Hellsberg near you or at Hellsberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
The Better Fred White and Blue sales event is on at Fred Beans. Now through July 9th, we're letting freedom ring with a better selection of over 1,200 new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and more arriving daily. Drive out the lot with $0 down financing or leasing and get up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. Plus, you can save time with Fred Beans Expressway, the better way to buy a car online. Celebrate a better Independence Day at the #1 automotive group in the Philly area during the Better Fred White and Blue sales event. Online at fredbeans.com. Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
What matters is what the fans are saying on Twitter and other social media platforms. The true barometer of success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Welcome to 7722. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. 8 a.m. hour sponsor is our friends at Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Both wife and daughter both feeling under the weather, too.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But we were celebrating We're hopefully going to celebrate the anniversary this weekend. So
where are you going? Any plans?
Yeah, we have dinner plans. We're going out to Parks, and then have an event to go to too. So we've got a little weekend activities plan, which is nice. 20 years. She's got to be coming up for parole soon.
I realized over the weekend that I've pretty much been with my wife 20 years, which is crazy. Getting old.
I remember my wedding day like it was yesterday. Like, do you remember your wedding day? Did you walk yourself through it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And how long was yours ago?
It'll be 7 years coming up. We dated for a long, long time.
Okay, so you're getting the itch soon. You get that 7-year itch, they tell you.
Is that a thing?
You don't know the term 7-year itch?
No.
Yeah.
That's when most people cheat in a wedding in a marriage.
Oh, cool.
It's when you want to trade her in for a new model.
So I gotta put the house bracelet on her. So I know
if you decided to go like electric,
like a yoga instructor.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean you just want the 7-year itch.
She does do yoga a lot.
As a Peloton instructor.
So the 20th anniversary is apparently fine china or porcelain.
Ooh.
Really? You know what the 20th anniversary is for us? The 20th anniversary is
sending your daughter to college?
No, the 20th anniversary for us was screening in our back deck. We decided instead of taking a big trip this year that was going to be celebrating that, because we're going to put that off because of the whole COVID restrictions and everything, we were like, we want to do wine country, we want to do Italy. Those are the two big trips. You've done them both.
I did Tuscany, yeah. It was
and
great.
we want to do wine country or we want to do Italy as a big one. So we're going to put that off a little bit. And then my mom left my wife money in her will for my wife to go travel with me.
That's awesome.
With me. She required that she take me along.
Yeah, that's nice of her.
Which is really, really nice. So, which is really
I like the fact that Betty had to put that disclaimer knowing full well that Christina was going to go,
okay, cool. Peace.
I
get a break, John.
No, because my wife would constantly say to her, oh my gosh, my mom would be like, oh, here's Italy. And when I went to Ireland and and my mom would go, oh, you've never been. And she goes, take your wife. And she goes, well, he can't take off during football season. He can't take off. And she goes, you're going to take your wife and you're going to make sure that you go and see these places. Italy's the first place I want to see overseas.
My wife's 40th. I'm planning on a European little jaunt with her.
Vacations.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm looking forward to is Wendy's this morning on my anniversary date. If you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double. Taste the hot, juicy square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef's available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. We love our friends from Wendy's. So 1 year ago on July 10th, so a couple days from now, Ronald Acuna Jr. tore up his knee. And I believe the best general manager in baseball, Alex Anthopoulos, went to work. So sort of like the Phillies have been without Bryce Harper. 5 days later, the Braves traded for Jock Peterson. Then they got Adam Duvall. They went out and acquired Eddie Rosario, who would later be the NLCS MVP. And then they got George Soler from the Kansas City Royals, who would end up being the World Series MVP.
Yeah, I'd say that paid off for him.
So Alex Anthopoulos went off the bargain bin shopping and got them their NLCS MVP and their World Series MVP on a roster that was already loaded. Here's how they did it. And Pat was talking about this yesterday. And Pat, this is another thing. I'm trying to lift you up and praise you. Because I sort of rolled my eyes when you said, yeah, I think people are thinking you're not have to spend the top prospects and everything. The Braves traded Pablo Sandoval to get Eddie Rosario.
That's unbelievable.
Panda.
Who was their NLCS MVP. And the Panda is freaking fat and was a useless player.
That's an unbelievable deal.
And they got their NLCS MVP.
Damn it.
They traded their backup catcher, one of two backup catchers in the organization at the major league level. They had Alex Jackson to get Adam Duvall, who hit 2 home runs for them in the World Series and was a clubbed hitter, and they brought him back. They traded minor league first baseman Bryce Ball.
Why say Bryce?
All I can tell you about Bryce Ball is
He loves ball.
he looks like a superhero. The kid looks like a superhero. When he'd come into spring training, the teenage girls down in Florida would go wild. Like he looks like a cartoon character.
He's like Jack Parkman.
He
Makes
looks
the
like
ladies go wild.
I just looked up a picture. That is a strong jawline.
Like he looks like a Rock'em Sock'em robot. And Bryce is a good dude, nice young kid. They traded minor league first baseman Bryce Ball.
He's in 270 this season.
Okay.
8 home runs,
Where is
49 RBIs, and AA.
Okay. He was traded for Jock Peterson, who was a rock star fan favorite in Atlanta last year. And they traded AA pitcher Casey Kalich for George Soler, who was the World Series MVP. So, Pat Egan, you said it yesterday, and I sort of rolled my eyes. So what I do is I always write stuff down as I'm listening and then say, let's revisit that. Pat, you've made the clear case. The Phillies can potentially get impactful players without moving any top prospects. But here's what I'd like to deliver, too. Alex Anthopoulos had his major injury hit July 10th. July 15th, he made a deal. July 20th, he made a deal. Trade deadline. He didn't wait.
John, you weren't here last week. This was one of my linchpins one day. Do not wait. You had a team directly in your division, have a major injury and throw 4 different pieces at the roster and said, I have to address this in the best way possible, and I need to do it now because this month leading up to the trade deadline, I can't afford to be inadequate. And this was my thing last week. This was my plea to Dave Dombrowski and the Phillies front office. Go get somebody now.
I asked Alex Anthopoulos.
If you have to slightly overpay, I'm okay with it at this point.
I asked him about it. So I asked Alex, I said, do me a favor, tell me something about this. He goes, well, what did you think? And he said, I was afraid somebody else would swoop in and get a guy before me.
That's part of it, too. And especially with the third wild card team now.
So he made a move.
More teams are going to think they're in competition, so that means more trade suitors. Go do it right now. Kansas City's terrible. You have Whit Merrifield. You have Benintendi there. Go get somebody now.
He felt more desperation to make a move.
He should have.
And it proved a World Series. It brought them the World Series. When Albies and Acuna go down, you think, this is you're screwed.
Yeah.
They didn't get to 500 again. I keep saying it to people. They were not 500 last year till 53 and 53. They didn't get to 500.
I mean, you don't need to give up a top 5 guy to go get you somebody that can help.
I don't even think you need to give up a top 10 guy. Like the guy that you mentioned from the Royals that they got for Soler.
Yes, Casey Kalich.
He's not even in there. I just looked. He's not in their top 30 prospects for the Royals. The top 30.
Casey Kalich, and that was for the World Series MVP. They got.
There are guys in this organization that could fetch you something.
Like Jalen Ortiz. Somebody will take a shot on.
Yeah,
Jalen Ortiz.
And he's never going to be anything.
He's currently the Phillies' 11th prospect. He's in AA, but he's already 23 years old, and he's been in the system now for a while. If he was going to be something, more likely than not, it would have happened now-ish.
He's also taking up a 40-man roster spot because you gave him $4 million to sign the guy. He's hitting 230 at AA.
Casey Martin's another guy I look at. He's old. He's currently your 13th prospect. You kind of have a little bit of a logjam there at shortstop anyway.
He's probably 25.
He's 20. He's only 23.
Okay, then shut up.
But, you have some guys there that can probably get you some pieces.
Correct. And it doesn't have to be.
You don't have the luxury of time.
And it doesn't have to be Logan O'Hoppe.
No, not
which
at
is
all.
the big thing is I did a topic while you were out, Jamie, about I do not want Logan O'Hoppe traded.
He looks very intriguing.
And that he is you got to get something sexy in return for Logan O'Hoppe.
Yeah.
It can't be just to get an outfield or something.
And you're getting somebody under control, not a Benintendi with an expiring contract.
Anthopoulos went and got 4 guys.
That's unbelievable. And
look at what he got them for. And I just read it off for you. It's pathetic what he got them for. And he won a World Series.
And the Phillies, let's be honest, they have holes at center field, second base, shortstop, and for the most part, third base. I don't think that's one you need to address at the deadline. But the other 3, you should probably be looking to upgrade because you're inadequate in a lot of ways. And August 2nd is still basically 4 weeks away. Go do something. Why wait? Set the market. Be the aggressor.
I just couldn't believe last year I was arguing with people that didn't like the Kyle Gibson trade because they gave up nothing for him.
Yeah.
They gave up guys that had the previous tag of top 100 prospects.
Right.
But realistically, they're not good. So I think that gives you an idea of, even though last year there were a lot of contenders and this year there's going to be a lot of teams that are buying because they all think that they're in it, these guys aren't going to cost you a lot. If you want to go out and get the big name guy, like the guy at the deadline, yeah, he's going to cost you a lot. But for a rental, no, you're probably giving up a Jalen Ortiz who's not going to make your team anyway. So what does it matter?
We have FanFest tickets for FanDuel presenting Sportsbook, FanDuel Sportsbook presenting FanFest 2022 coming up Saturday, October 1st from 1 to 5 p.m. We want you there at Xfinity Live. You got to be 21 to enter. We've got a couple pairs of tickets to give away right now. In fact, Connor and Heavy Chevy want you to go. So they're going to give away a pair of tickets right now, but you got to board the D train. You call 215-263-0975, and you must say, woo, woo, when he answers the phone. If you don't answer with a woo, woo, and say you're looking to board the D train.
Get off the track.
You are not getting these tickets, okay? So you got to call right now, 215-263-0975, and the D train will let you climb on board, courtesy of Heavy Chevy and Connor Thomas.
Is that coming out of my paycheck?
Yeah, it is. But you're working enough doubles to cover it.
Yeah.
You're working enough doubles. You can cover that.
We had that conversation last week.
I heard that.
Yeah, let's not get into that again.
I heard that. That would have been a bad conversation to have with me here. What a bad conversation.
We're moving on.
Let's not do that.
Yeah,
let's move on from that one. Let's do that. All right, well, how about this? The 76ers moves have improved their NBA title chances. But I've got to tell you, I thought the improvements were good, but I don't think they moved us that much closer to a parade. But the NBA title odds, it was weird because I was checking about the Carolina odds and then saw the NBA championship odds for the Sixers. Before...
I haven't seen these.
Okay, before free agency. What would you guess?
Plus 700-ish?
No, they were 20-1 to win the NBA title.
Okay, I'm thinking kind of Eastern Conference.
Okay,
yeah,
they were 20-1 to win the NBA
I still would have guessed 15-1 probably.
Okay, they were 20-1 before the free agency moves. After the free agency moves?
18-1?
12-1.
Wow. That's a pretty big jump.
By the way,
That's surprising.
By the way, biggest jump.
Really? I mean, I do like what they did a lot.
Biggest percentage jump.
That's pretty
now,
wild.
they had more room to move than other teams did towards a title. So by what they did to improve.
And they also had a lot to improve on. When George Niang is your sixth man, yeah, you can improve that roster pretty quickly.
But you go 20-1 to 12-1.
I wouldn't have guessed that. That's kind of shocking.
I think it's pretty impressive.
It is.
Celtics are 13-2. Bucks are 15-2. So they are the prohibitive favorites.
The Celtics are still the snake in the grass to me that I'm a little worried about. Making a big move.
I love the Malcolm Brogdon move that they made.
That was
I did
They
too.
gave up nothing.
They gave up nothing, yeah.
And then the Heat are 10-1. The Sixers are 12-1. I think the Sixers are closer to a title than the Heat.
So do I.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's pretty good, though. You pulled yourself out of the muck in the NBA title talk and got yourself in there at 12-1. So that's some good news today.
Yeah, they're undoubtedly a better team on paper than they were when they ended the year.
There's no question.
Yeah, I mean, they made 3 solid moves. None of them are that sexy, but you didn't have that much flexibility. It still wouldn't shock me if Tobias Harris was moved.
It wouldn't?
Not really,
By this
no.
point, it wouldn't?
No. The NBA's wild. This Durant thing, I'm not saying he comes here. I still think they have a very good offer for him if that were the case. But the 3-team possibility, sign and trade possibility, like there's just so many options in the NBA for movement. It still wouldn't shock me if something were done.
Do you do believe because you didn't get to join in the conversation we had on it yesterday. You do believe they have a good offer to put together for him?
I think they have a great offer. Yeah, because of Tyrese Maxey. I mean, he's what? He just turned 21?
Okay, but they're now just to going by Woj and Shams.
The only problem is they don't have the draft picks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying is they want numerous.
But if you're Brooklyn, like to me, Tyrese Maxey is better than a future first from somebody.
No, but it said, though, they're looking for a star player. Now, Shams and Woj are both saying the exact same thing. Which
they're
means
saying 2 all-stars, aren't they?
No, they're wanting a minimum of a star player and multiple, meaning 3, not 2, 3 or more first-round picks.
But if I'm Sean Marks, I'm looking at Tyrese Maxey as better than a first-round pick.
Yeah, but then who's the star player you're trading?
Oh, I mean...
Don't tell me it's Tobias, because they're not looking at Tobias and saying star player.
Well, no, but you have to do the best you can do.
Yeah, well, the thing is that if they want a star player, they're not thinking Tobias Harris.
Well, no, but what star's actually going to get?
I'm not trying to trash Tobias.
No. But like, what star's actually going to get moved for Durant at this point?
Yeah.
Most of these guys, if you're a star, are pretty locked in or ingrained in their franchise.
So is he the best they can get? Is Tyrese Maxey the best they could get?
I mean, if I'm Sean Marks, Tyrese Maxey is way more appealing to me than, let's say, the 12th pick in the next year's draft. Because you have to hit on that 12th pick.
There's no question.
Or it's all for naught. I mean, Tyrese Maxey's 21 years old. Yeah, it's only two more years of contract control. But this is a kid that took a leap in year 2 that I think few thought he was going to take. I mean, he ended up 3rd in the NBA in three-point percentage. He's incredibly appealing to me if I'm Sean Marks. Incredibly appealing.
Yeah, the package that Phoenix could potentially put together,
I think they have the best
worries me. The question is, do they want to put that package together?
They're not going to move Booker.
No, I'm not even talking about Booker. Like, if they put a package centered around a
Ayton
DeAndre
and Mikal Bridges,
yeah,
I still think the Sixers is better.
Really?
I would take
DeAndre
Bridges
Ayton
over
does
Maxey.
very little for me.
What did you say?
I would take Bridges over Maxey.
I would take Bridges over Maxey.
I agree with you on Ayton, but he is a building piece.
When you say Ayton, it always makes me laugh.
Why?
Because I don't know, it just sort of sounds like you're struggling to say it.
What, Ayton?
Like you go, Ayton. I don't know why. It's just one of those names. It's one of those names. It seems like it struggles for you to say it. Just a weird little sidebar.
I don't think DA is a building piece either, but he's probably intriguing to some teams.
I guess, yeah. And Rudy Gobert got moved for a bounty.
Exactly.
I don't get that.
Like you could do worse.
We talked about it yesterday as something that's just one of those things where I'm like, I can't fathom what Rudy Gobert got traded for.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
It's wild because you don't understand the VORT, bro.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
Calculator out. You'll get it.
I would never consider. The thing is, if I'm Minnesota, you got one. Don't you have like one chance to come in and make the big move, to make the big splash?
Yeah, I don't know how you sell it to your fan base that
Rudy Gobert is that guy,
the franchise alterer.
He's not that guy.
I'm not that guy.
I mean, it's just.
I mean, he's a great rebounder and defender.
Correct. But that's your splash. Because now they've traded a ton of draft capital and everything, and they've went at it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Karl Anthony Towns is happy he doesn't have to play center anymore. But yeah,
how much better does that? How much better does it make them? Does it move them to a?
They're a 6th seed in the West.
Yeah, like
weren't they? What were they this year?
They were
the play-in
I think
game.
they were
7
playing.
or 8.
Okay, so you believe they avoid the play-in tournament.
Here's the thing, though, right? So NBA team building's kind of weird. Once you make the splash move, people will force their way to your team if you are a competitor. Like, you almost don't have to make multiple splash moves because the rest will take care of itself in a lot of cases because there's so many super teams being built. Like, there's so much power with the players. So I think that's the play. They're like, hey, people are going to want to play with Ant Edwards. People are going to want to play with Karl Anthony Towns. We're one move away from being viable for another star to want to come here.
You think Anthony Edwards is going to, and I've watched him play since he was a teenager. He was a young kid. Do you think Anthony Edwards is going to be in Minnesota long term?
Yes, and he's a top 10 player in the league long term. I don't think he cares where he plays. I think that dude just loves basketball wherever.
I do not believe he's going to be a Minnesota Timberwolves for his career.
I mean, it's tough to hold players out there. Those winners. Whew,
and he is such a
summer. It's great.
He is such a marketable young man. He is such a
like Kevin Love
huge
talked
talent.
about it. Like it's rough. He was like Minnesota's awesome in the summertime. Awesome. But guess what? The NBA is not playing in the summer. Those guys flee. So all they see is fall,
bleak.
winter, and then the beginning of spring, and it's not that enjoyable.
And I got to tell you, if I could work anywhere I wanted to work,
I wouldn't be there
either. I
either.
don't think I'd choose that.
Yeah, it's got to be tough when you like Kevin Love came from California, and Anthony Edwards comes from Georgia.
Right.
It's got to be tough when you get drafted to a team and it's like, oh, the winters are so bad that they built a literal skywalk above the city just so people can get around so they don't have to walk outside.
Anthony Edwards is a kindred spirit to Jamie Lynch. Is that even though he went to Holy Spirit, he went to our Catholic Church's school, where they have a very strict dress code. When Anthony Edwards would ever be on campus, slides, shorts, hoodie. I mean, that's it. And that's it in December, though.
Yeah.
In December.
But what's the temperature?
Like in Georgia, the average temperature in January
low
is
60s, high 50s.
No, the average temperature in January is like 52.
Oh, yeah.
And they're still wearing long shorts.
That's prime shorts and hoodie weather.
Hoodie, slides. Now, he'd be doing the slides with the socks.
I'm not a slides guy.
He'd do slides with socks in the winter only.
But I get them.
But I mean, when he could. So
people look at flip-flops that I wear and get weirded out by them.
Yeah, well, hey, we want people to line up for game time now because it's Thursday. It's game time. Your chance to win fabulous prizes. It's 610-632-0975. Get lined up now. 610-632-0975. We want you to win fabulous prizes and have some fun with us. It's a Wendy's Thursday. It's game time. Wendy's brings you game time on Thursdays here on the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Check out the Bet Parks app in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. As long as you are 21 years old, you can use the promo code Kincade and get yourself a risk-free bet of up to $750. Now, that's a deal for you to be able to go in and have some fun and to do it at no risk to you because your bet will be refunded in site credit should you lose, but I think you're pretty smart. I think you're going to win. I love betting on individual player performances in baseball more than I like betting on baseball games themselves. But I know that you can start to get in now on the futures bets. Are you liking your football team to win the championship this year? Maybe you have a college team that you love. All of those prop bets are out there for you on who's going to win the championship, who's going to win the NFC, who's going to win the NFC East. I would say the Eagles are a chance to win many of those. So here's what you want to do. You want to download the Bet Parks app. You get a $750 risk-free bet, so I jump right in on it. You will enjoy it so much, and the live in-game wagering, absolutely fantastic. But what I'm going to tell you is you got to be 21. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show is presented by Wendy's. When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen, always square beef. Go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double and taste that hot, juicy square difference. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool this summer. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other weight loss program. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with bioenergetic scans, to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep the weight off. Guys, don't wait for your doctor to give you the bad news and then try to figure it out. Contact NJ Diet today. Get ahead of your health. Your weight loss can help you overcome any health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families joined together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpolese Italian Bakery and Deli since 1924. Now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpolese family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpolese Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at CorpolesBakery.com.
This your captain speaking. You better buckle your seatbelts for this one. I noticed my passport was due to expire, so I went to Staples. I got a passport photo in 10 minutes, so we're good to go.
Now at Staples, get 20% off travel products when you purchase a passport photo. Get travel ready at Staples, your one-stop travel prep destination.
Hey, let me tell you about another time that Staples saved my caboose. That all started back.
N731, in-store only. Excludes Instacart orders, certain products, services, and technology. See staplesconnect.com/services/travel for details.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin Super Mega Rolling Rolls, yeah. Gold Slash Long, it's TP Gold, yeah. rolls in one. Last forever on my buns. Only super mega when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get paid when it works best for you? Yeah, that means you can get the money you earned directly after your shift. Or that you get benefits like healthcare on your very first day. As an Amazon warehouse associate, you'll be amazed by what you can get. To learn more about all of the benefits of working an hourly job at Amazon, go to Amazon.com/hourly. That's Amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen beef. And yup, these patties are square. Grab a Dave's Double and see the hot and juicy square difference for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
The Union are on a torrid pace after a fantastic 2021 season and playoff run.
You're getting choked up about it.
You know, the Union mean a lot to me. It's an emotional time. Your Philadelphia Union are still among the top teams in the Eastern Conference. You got to get down to Chester in a Union game. It's an awesome time. My daughter Skylar sees me wear my jersey around. She's like, Dad, can we go back? Absolutely, Skylar. We'll get down there because the stadium is electric. The fans bring the action and excitement the entire game long. Philadelphia is a 5-for-5 city. And head coach, the pride of Orland, PA, Jim Curtin, is Philly through and through. The man went to McDevitt and Villanova, and now he's leading the Union to the top of the East. They're facing D.C. United this Friday at 7:30.
There you go, that Jim Curtin.
At Subaru Park. The weather looks great on Friday. Get your tickets today or any day at PhiladelphiaUnion.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's game day!
It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Ricky Patalico will join the show after the top of the hour. You know, when you want a hot and juicy hamburger, you can go for the square, go to Wendy's and grab a Dave's Double and taste the hot, juicy square difference. Wendy's wants you to know the Breakfast Baconator is 6 strips of applewood smoked bacon, signature square breakfast sausage, freshly cracked egg, American cheese, Swiss cheese sauce on a premium bun. You get those seasoned potatoes, and you get the Frostacinco.
Yeah, they've
Wendy's
grown on me over the weeks.
Or are they Frosty Chino?
Frosty-Chino.
Yeah.
Frostacinco.
Frosty-Cinco.
Well,
That's what it is in Spanish.
I understand why you said Cinco, because they give us 5 of them because they're generous.
They do. They give you 5 of these every week. It's a perfect pick-me-up to start your day. Frosty ice cream with coffee. I would say that's a winning combination.
It's grown on me over the weeks.
I got to try it one of these weeks because I usually don't like coffee.
But you love Frosties.
But I love Frosties.
You love Frosties. So there you go.
Ipso facto, I'll probably love it.
Let's get down to business. It's time for game time.
It's Thursday at 8:30, which means game time. Today we are playing One of These Things Doesn't Belong.
One of these things doesn't belong.
Now here's your master of ceremonies, a man that no matter where he is or who he's with, doesn't belong, Pat Egan.
Or
Connor Thomas. Now,
Connor Thomas.
All right,
that
gentlemen.
description also fits, by the way.
It does fit with you,
that
too.
works. I mean, really, we're all the
Especially
black
with
sheep
that
of this show, and
mustache.
there's only 4 of us. So today, folks, we're playing One of These Things Doesn't Belong. Got some great prizes. I'll tell you about in a second. But first, here's how to play. Each caller is going to get 4 items in a group, and they need to tell us which of these items doesn't belong in that group. They do that, they win. If they need a lifeline, they can choose either John, Jamie, or Pat to help them out. And some of the great prizes you're competing for today, callers, $50 Wendy's gift cards, couple of those, some tickets to see Dead and Company, that says his back.
I'll be there.
And some tickets to Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, nice.
So
You
some
might
good
go to
stuff
both
there.
of those.
I might.
There are going to be a lot of crossover crowds between those 2 concerts.
Yeah. Yeah, there will be.
Possibly. Certainly, but great prizes to give away. So let's get started. Let's go to John in the Northeast, who is first up.
John is a very prompt caller there.
Yes, he is.
Hi, John.
All right, John. You got to tell me which of these 4 things does not belong in this group. If you need help, you can pick a lifeline. Nurse, tiger, black tip, jackhammer.
What was the first one, Connor?
Nurse, tiger, black tip, or jackhammer.
Oh, got it. Can Johnny K help me out or no?
All right, John.
Ooh, this is tough.
That's a hard one there.
Do you need him again, John?
I'm going to say nurse does not belong.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It was jackhammer. Those are all types of sharks except for jackhammer. John, for calling in. If you don't have them yet, we'll still
We're going to
you a
get
pair of
John
Fan
something.
Fest tickets,
Yeah,
though.
get John something.
Place John on
That's a
hold.
good one.
That's a good one. That
tough
was
one
a really
there.
tough one, too.
Yeah, so you get the point, though. One of those
All right, we
doesn't
get it.
belong. I got the hammer.
All right.
I was looking more for the Sesame Street level because I'd be
Yeah.
really good at that.
Yeah, in
Okay.
Sesame Street, I used to dominate.
Yeah, I can kill
Well,
that game.
this one might be more your speed, Jamie, if someone goes to you. Let's go to Anthony in West Oak now.
What's up, Anthony?
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good, pretty
All right, let's see what we can do today.
All right, Anthony. One of these 4 doesn't belong. You got to tell me which one it is, or you can use a lifeline. Birdie, swish, eagle, or ace.
Can I get help from Pat?
Yeah,
again?
of course you can.
Swish.
Pat goes with swish. Let's see.
Pat was correct.
That's
Damn
right.
right.
Yeah, the rest are golf scores.
Yeah, I think we all
Correct.
know.
Birdie and eagle and ace, all of which Pat have scored.
I'm the golf guy on the show. I think we all know that.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay, what do you have, Connor?
Anthony is going to win a $50 Wendy's gift card.
That's really
You
good.
can get an awful lot of breakfast with that one, so we'll place Anthony on
Good
hold.
job, Anthony.
He's
We'll
also
put you
gonna
on
win
hold.
a pair of FanFest tickets.
Okay, I have a birdie and I have an eagle.
I have everything on there except the ace and the swish.
I do not have the ace.
I do not have the ace, but I have an eagle. I have an eagle too.
I don't even think I have a quadruple
I have an
bogey.
eagle. I have an
you
eagle
bogeyed
too.
a hole last time
I
we went
did
out.
bogey a hole. That's right. That was
No. Pat was the only one in our foursome
Yeah.
to par 3. You were the only one who walked off with the 3. That was
there
your
was
one
that
hole.
one hole.
There was that one, but you did really well.
Like little giants that one time.
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
Pat hugely
There we
undersells
go.
himself
Good
as
job.
a golfer. He's
Where
not
we
bad.
go?
All right, next we're going to go to Anthony, another Anthony, this time in Limerick.
What's up, Anthony?
What's up, guys?
Good, man. How you doing? Let's get you a winner here, and you're going to try to match up here. Let's go.
All right, Anthony, 4 things here. You got to pick which one doesn't belong. Carlos Ruiz, Bob Boone, Steve Carlton, or Darren Dalton.
Bob Boone.
I knew
Let's
that one.
see.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
Carlton.
Carlton.
It is Steve Carlton. The others are former Phillies catchers. Got to talk about the
Jamie.
position there.
Jamie, I think.
I knew that one.
Sorry
went-
there,
could've
Anthony.
used me.
Hey, Anthony, we'll still get you FanFest tickets to play
Should've
Sean
went
Hall.
like
Appreciate
Oh,
you keeping
my.
us
Forrest,
I
3
thought
catchers,
that-
1 pitcher.
I thought
Steven
that was
LaRude.
easy. I thought that one was easy.
Chris
tough.
Coast.
Okay, let's see here.
Air Kratz.
All right, we're going to get more winners here.
All right,
Let's
let's
hop
go.
over to the
Benito
West Coast.
Santiago.
Tim in San Diego is going to join us next.
What's up, Tim in San Diego? Good morning. How are you, buddy?
Love your show, guys.
Top
Love your
rat.
show.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, Tim, this is a layup. I'm telling you, you got this one. I believe in you. Tell me which of these 4 doesn't belong, or you could use a lifeline for help. You don't have to just guess if you don't know it. John, Paul, Chuck, or Ringo? Which of those doesn't belong?
John Paul. Let's go with Chuck.
Let's see.
Yeah.
How did he know?
Wasn't Chuck the 6th member of the Beatles?
I think
It was
Chuck
the
might have
ghostwriter.
joined later.
Yeah.
No, Chuck does not belong as a member of the Beatles, of course. Congratulations, Tim. Now, Tim, you're out there in San Diego. We're going to get you a $50 Wendy's gift card.
There you go. That's
and,
nice.
let the D-Train know if you can make it out here for FanFest. We'd love to
D-Train.
get you tickets as well.
Yeah, come on. He should make it. If he's dedicated to the station,
Absolutely.
he'll do
Yeah,
it.
if he really cares.
All right,
he'll
let's
be
try
here.
another one. Wait, one more?
Yeah, we got a couple more. We can go to Steve in Delaware.
What's up, Steven?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. We're going to have a good time. Let's see if we can get you a winner.
All right, Steve, let's see if you know your round ball. Here are the 4 options for this category. You got to tell me which one doesn't belong. Tyrese Maxey, Isaiah Joe, Markelle Fultz, and Ben Simmons. You can use a lifeline if you need it.
Wow.
Let's see. Ben Simmons can't shoot. Markelle Fultz forgot how to shoot. I know that's. I'm going to use a lifeline and go with John. John, can you help me out with that?
Say it one more time, Connor.
Yeah, here's the category for you, John. Tyrese Maxey, Isaiah Joe, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons.
I think I'm going Isaiah Joe.
Let's see. That's right.
The non-first rounder.
Non-first rounder, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah Joe.
Okay,
that's
that's and that's all I could think of.
Yeah, but if you picked Ben Simmons, like my first thought was, Ben Simmons because the other 3 shoot.
Well, that could wait.
Like they attempt shots.
But Steve is going to be a winner with this. What's Steve get?
Is, and Steve's going to win tickets to see Dave Matthews Band on July 15th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Tickets for both of their shows, July 15th and 16th, are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
That's awesome.
And Steve, if he doesn't have them, will also be a recipient of a pair of FanFest tickets.
We going one more or not?
We'll go one more.
Okay, let's go
We'll
to
sneak in Eli in the Northeast.
What's up, Eli?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, man.
Eli sounds like a Dead & Co. fan.
Yeah, I think he might be. Now, Eli, do you cook at all? Are you in the kitchen at all?
A little bit.
Okay,
All right,
let's
here
see
we
what
go.
you got in this category then. Here are the 4 options. Ditalini, Musto, Fusilli, or Gemelli. Which of those do not belong?
Say that again.
Ditalini, Musto, Fusilli, or Gemelli?
Fusilli, Jerry.
I'm going to have to use a lifeline on this one.
Okay, who'd you like to use?
I'll use John.
Okay, John, do you want it one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
I'm going to go. It's the fusilli because that's a pasta, and I don't think the other ones are.
All right, I'll read it one more time. Ditalini, Musto, Fusilli, or Gemelli?
I'll go fusilli.
All right, let's see.
I'm sorry about
Now,
that.
John knew the category, but he let you down. All those other ones are types of pasta besides
Really?
Musto.
All right, we're going to put you on hold. They'll get him some FanFest tickets.
We'll definitely give him some FanFest tickets. Now, this comes from Coach, who's written like 30 cookbooks, so he's coming up with all the obscure
I thought
pastas.
fusilli was the only pasta.
I thought
would've gone,
fusilli was the only
tortellini
one,
and
too.
spaghetti and fusilli.
And nice
and then-
orchietti.
That was great.
Something like that. But, yeah, a lot of fun stuff there.
Good job.
Yeah, so that
Good
was
job there. We'll get him some FanFest tickets. Thanks for being a part of it, everybody. That was a difficult one.
That was tough.
Man, the other ones I thought were easier.
See,
But,
this is what happens when we leave it up to Coach and he just leaves it with us, because the last time we did this, we did Who's Doing Who, and no one could get it.
Which was terrible.
So, yeah, Coach
And we
plays
didn't
on
get-
different difficulty.
We didn't get what's in Pat's pocket.
I don't think that was a
Like, it
difficulty
wasn't that
thing.
bad. It wasn't as bad as what's in Pat's pocket, which was absolutely horrible.
Wasn't good.
We should have had it. You have to touch Pat's pocket to figure out what's in it.
Sounds kinky.
It does sound a bit kinky.
2 inches to the
I'm going to
left.
be in the back hallway for that
That's
game.
enjoyable
I'm
for
good
me.
on that.
Who was it?
Count me out.
Hey,
I'm opting out on
well,
that
Connor, we couldn't do what's in Connor's pocket because your pants are too tight. So you'd be able
What
to
do you
just
mean?
see.
I could carry
You'd be
stuff
able
in
to
these
see
pockets.
everything. You'd be able to see exactly what is in your pocket
I have
at any
big
time.
legs.
Hey, the beach, the boardwalk, the boat on the bay. Bet Parks is your app to choose when you're down the shore. Download at betparks.com. You got to be 21 and in New Jersey. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I want to get to a linchpin that we didn't get to last hour, please. And it is one of the things about filing something away.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, let's just file this subject matter away so the next time somebody says firing a coach or a manager won't fix the problems of the roster.
You mean like Ken Rosenthal?
Yeah, let's file this away and say it does work. The Phillies are now 21-10 since Thompson has taken over for Joe Girardi. Look, you can't quantify everything in sports. Sports are weird. A lot of weird stuff happens. Sometimes there's such things as momentum and energy and leadership that you can't put your finger on exactly. But it's clear that the firing of Joe Girardi changed the atmosphere in that locker room, changed the energy, whatever you want to call it. Something happened. I don't think it's, Pete Thompson came in here and pushed every right bullpen button or, maybe you can give him some credit for consistency of the lineup. I think he was just a product of things needing to change, and it changed. And sometimes that's a wake-up call to the players. Sometimes it's this or that, or whatever you want to call it. Just file this story away so the next time 4 years from now somebody says, what's the point of firing the manager? It's not going to fix this crap roster. No, it can work. And this is an example of it, in my opinion.
Do you think that this could apply to the 76ers? Or do you think Doc earned the right to have another shot to get this right?
I think rationally, at the end of the day, he's earned another shot.
Because of the regular season performance?
Well, mostly because Joel Embiid's been injured in both playoffs. I think, look, if Joel Embiid's injured again these playoffs, they're probably not going to make it past the second round again. It's just the reality of the situation. Do I think he's the greatest coach in the world? No. Do I think he's slightly maybe overrated some? Yeah, I do. I also don't think he's the root of their issues. The big knock against them last year in the postseason was probably the rotations and not playing the youth enough. I think the rotations will right itself now with a better roster, hopefully. The youth, it looks like Charles Bassey or Paul Reed are going to step into that backup center role. So I think you'll see a little bit more of that. I don't think he's the reason for their shortcomings, so I think he deserves another crack at it. But that being said, if they don't get past the second round again this year, I think you've seen the end of Doc.
We played yesterday is what do you know about Rob Thompson? Do you know where he's from?
I know he's Canadian.
Oh, yeah, very good.
He loves maple syrup then, I'm guessing.
He's in the Canadian Hall of Fame.
Is he?
Baseball Hall of Fame.
I guess Joey Votto will be joining him shortly.
I mean,
I don't know too many others.
Jeff Francis.
Oh, okay.
He was a Canadian.
Yeah,
How about
Rockies.
lighten up Francis?
But yeah, I mean, that's a phrase.
Could that be?
Jeff
From a movie.
Francoeur?
Jeff Francoeur.
Was he?
What the
He
movie
sounds
is that
like
from,
he's-
Pat? You're the moviesman. Lighten up, Francis.
Oh, I do know. Is it Pee-wee?
Stripes.
Oh, right, Stripes. Yeah, I don't know too much else about Pete other than that.
There you go. I mean,
And I don't really care because I'm
By
seeing
the way,
results.
This is what these guys talked about yesterday.
Thank you.
We know everything about that we want to know about Nick Sirianni or whoever else it is, but we don't know anything. It's like we don't know anything about.
Did I say Pete? I meant Rob.
We don't know anything about Rob Thompson.
Yeah.
He's like anonymous.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, they were saying that yesterday. They all like it.
He's this man. He's this baseball man of mystery that's been behind the scenes for a long, long time, and he came in and it's working. Whatever the hell he's doing.
It's absolutely working.
Whether he's communicating better in the locker room, whether he's, I don't know, but it worked.
It does work.
I mean, they're a much better team in the 31 games since he's taken over. And look, he's approaching now almost 2 weeks with no Bryce Harper. And me and Connor got into it last week about, Connor was like, yeah, I think, they can tide the wall, hold the tide this next month ahead. And I said, well, don't count on that. They got the Cardinals. They got the Blue Jays. They have a couple tough series. They have the Braves. I was like, I don't know if they can hold the line over this next month.
To just assume they can.
Yeah. But look, they had a really good series against the Cardinals. And, outside of last night, pretty good against the Nats so far. So maybe they can. And that's all a credit to Rob Thompson.
Well, you better not lose today to the Nats.
No, you don't want to lose a series to the Nats when you just got into the wild card. That is unacceptable.
No.
But I just want
not happen.
But I just want everyone to file this one away.
I like
so the
that
next
one.
time it comes up, you can go, no, 2022, Rob Thompson, it works.
So we should just clip this and send it to Ken Rosenthal, right?
Well, we should.
I mean, I would like him to.
Because Ken Rosenthal literally carried the water for Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
And I mean, because there's no other explanation than I'm going to do my buddy a favor.
Yep.
Sure seems that way.
Because to write something and going, the Phillies can't fix anything by firing their manager.
Well, it wouldn't even matter, so what's the point? Like,
I mean, that was so completely badly wrong.
He did it. He tied his bow tie a little too tight that day.
He was great on 2.5 Men, though. I've said it many times. He's underrated performance on 2.5 Men.
Not a huge fan of his.
He's real. I
don't mind Ken. I think he was just way off on this one.
Why though? What was the motivation to be way off?
I mean, he
Is
probably
what I
worked
look
with him at the MLB Network.
It's like an all-time bad.
It's like a buddy. Like that was a buddy post.
It's an all-time bad move because he works in a sport that you've literally seen managers get fired mid-season,
and it worked.
And
it works all
the
the
replacement
time.
will lead them to the World Series. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen with Rob Thompson, but it's just a dumb take. It'd be one thing if you came with facts of like, well, it's never worked before and blah blah blah. And even then, I'd scratch my head. But it's a sport that it does work.
It does work, and it has a history of working. In the sport,
I would say it's the most successful managerial change of the four.
I think it's funny though the way that you guys are all unified on the fact is you don't care. You don't hear from Thompson. You don't know anything about Thompson. You're like, I'm cool with it. It's weird is that I want to know more about the guy.
Maybe it's because he's the interim. And
I wonder is
we
that
don't know if we have to commit to him long term yet.
We did this again the other day while you were out, so you can chime in on it. I said he's 21-9. Well, what is he?
21-10 now.
Now he's 21-10.
Yeah.
If he's 40-20 after 60 games, do you put a contract in front of him for 2023? Take the interim tag off, lock him down as your manager. 40-20.
I would talk to Bryce. I would talk to Reese.
You and Bob had the same answer.
And if those guys said, yeah, we love what he's doing, yeah, I probably would. Kind of the luxury of an interim manager is you're not really forced with any deadline.
Yes.
Like Rob would be perfectly fine waiting till the end of the season and getting presented with a contract offer. So you don't have to do it, but would I? Yeah, if the locker room said they're behind him, I probably would.
Pat, we talked about it yesterday, but that would be the same thing, though. You want to hear from the guys.
Absolutely.
You don't want them making the call.
They have to live with him. No, but you need their input.
You need their input.
You do. You need to find out if this is more about his impact in the locker room, which I do think that's a huge part of it, or if it's just like, no, he doesn't really. He's not the reason why. We're just kind of.
We were just happy Joe was gone.
Yeah. It's all fun and games. Like there's a honeymoon period going on right now between the players and Rob Thompson, and also this fan base and the media and Rob Thompson because of what's going on. They're winning, right?
But is there the romance going on because nobody even knows him?
No, they are. They're like friends with benefits.
But nobody even knows anything about him.
I don't know a lot about Charlie Manuel, and he was here for a decade. Like, I know a little bit about him. I know that he played in Japan. I know that he played for the Twins, and he wasn't a very good Major League Baseball player. I know that his nickname was Red Devil and his middle name is Fuqua. Other than that, I can't tell you much about him.
Fuqua is amazing.
That's unbelievable.
The fact that you know the middle name.
Well, because you don't forget it.
What's Jamie's middle name?
Can we get back to Connor's friends with benefits reference there? I don't see where you're coming from.
No, they're friends with benefits. Like, we don't need to know his friends. He doesn't need to know our friends. We're just making sweet baseball love, and we don't have to define the relationship right now. We'll get to a point when we do. Okay. Everyone reaches that point, but right now we're in a great space. Okay. And I don't need to know more about you. You don't need to come to my events. I don't need to come to yours. Let's just...
So Rob's strictly coming over at like 1:30 in the morning.
He's coming over at 7:05 every night. He's staying for 3 to 4 hours, and then he's going and doing his own thing. And I don't care what he does outside of that.
I'm glad that you have.
All right, it makes a little more sense.
I'm glad you have guy friends with benefits too, Connor. That's awesome.
Buddy's come over and help you with a construction project.
Yeah, exactly. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Put together like some deck chairs.
Finishing my basement.
You do.
An IKEA cabinet.
So you're laying some wood.
That could take hours.
Using the Allen wrench. Doing all those kind of things.
Just hammering away.
And those dowels. Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right, we're moving on.
I'm telling you. Connor's upped his game in the last couple months. I think
it's the power of the stash.
It's the mustache.
I think it's all the reps. It's all the shifts.
Yeah, I got to go with mustache.
Really is.
But the mustache is the cherry on top of the reps Sunday.
If you have not listened to Connor Thomas on the weekends, he's highly entertaining. And he does a show with the show sheet, which impresses me. He knows where he's going. He teases. He has teases that are obviously planned out. It's I feel like a proud papa when I listen to him.
You got to know how to tease. It makes the main course even better.
It really does.
Entertaining on our show. So why would it be any different on the weekend?
Well, just because sometimes you can get into that mail it in mode where you figure it's the weekend, we don't have to do anything.
No one even opens the mail anymore, John. I wouldn't mail it.
No, that's not true. I went through all my mail last night after getting home.
By the way, I think not having a mailbox on the house, where you got to go to a central mailbox to pick up your mail. I guess that now in all new neighborhoods they make you do that.
Really?
Yeah,
Mailboxes are going by the wayside?
Yeah, new neighborhoods, new construction.
Really?
You have mail centers.
Why the hell would you force somebody to do that?
So that way
I don't want to do that.
So that way the postman doesn't have to go to everybody's house.
Where's Jamie going to get his $60 pound cake quarterly from if he doesn't have a mailbox?
But I can tell you
I got to go do work to get my mail?
But I get the informed delivery, so I literally look at the email every day and it tells you, here's what's coming in your mail.
Oh, you have to get an email about your mail?
No. It tells you you can get it right now at your house.
Yeah, I did it
find
during the
every
move.
piece of mail that's coming to your house.
I hated it.
They send you a picture.
I hated it.
Why?
I'm getting an email about my mail?
Yeah, because it tells you
it's
what's
something else in the inbox. That's too much mail.
You don't want that either?
That's dumb. I'm
No,
out.
I like it because
I'm
if it
out.
tells you what's coming and then something doesn't show up.
No, but I know what's coming when it shows up.
You like the surprise of the mailbox?
Like, how many times a year does something not show up at your door and you actually, like, are expecting it? You know what
Just
I mean?
happened to me with an Amazon package.
Amazon's different, though. But
yeah, they made right on it. It's coming by Saturday.
But most of the time, like, if you order something, they're already sending you the notification that it was shipped. And all other mail, you probably don't even need. If I don't get it, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't care.
I know it's my 20th anniversary today, but if I didn't know better, my wife and the Amazon man are carrying on. Because he is constantly at our house.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows where he went to college.
Oh, wow.
She knows what his degree is in.
I know my mailman's a deadhead.
See, I don't even know my mailman because the mailman goes to could be a male woman.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know.
about my mail person.
Ricky Batalico's getting called
have
in
you
from the
asked?
bullpen. We'll find out what Ricky Bo knows a little bit later on, too. It's always entertaining. We'll look forward to having fun with you. It is a Thursday morning, a Wendy's Thursday. Thank you. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And this week's featured course in the John Kincade Show Golf Tour is Phoenixville Country Club. Phoenixville Country Club is one of the most historic courses in Montgomery County. Founded in 1915, the year Woodrow Wilson served his first term as president, he even played a round of golf at Phoenixville Country Club with Bob Cooney. And the Phillies won their first pennant. Today, Phoenixville Country Club is a private golf, dining, and social club. A stunning event venue for every occasion. Their golf course, designed by Hugh Wilson, ranked among the best 9-hole courses in the world. They have an inviting, friendly environment with an experienced and professional staff, making every round, wedding, meeting, party, and gathering of any kind memorable and enjoyable. You're going to love it. Check out the Phoenixville Country Club. Go to the John Kincade Show Golf Tour webpage at 97.5thefanatic.com/golf tour. Presented by the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board. We'll see you out there and hope you're enjoying all the golf tour events. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/golf tour.
The John Kincade Show.
If you don't like it, go on the internet and complain.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's cuz don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool this summer. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other weight loss program. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with bioenergetic scans, to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep the weight off. Guys, don't wait for your doctor to give you the bad news and then try to figure it out. Contact NJ Diet today. Get ahead of your health. Your weight loss can help you overcome any health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
Hey, y'all, it's Jen Scordo. This baseball season, turn Ks into cash and big hits into big wins with FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. Now, new customers can step up to the plate and make a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Just sign up using promo code SCORDO. Place your first bet. FanDuel will give you $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many great promotions, and I love when I win, I get paid faster than a fastball right down the middle of the plate. New to FanDuel? Then there's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up using my promo code SCORDO to get started with your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.vandal.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
I thought we were going to the beer store.
We are.
But we passed 3 already.
We're going to the Beer and Cigar Superstore, B&B Beverages in historic Doylestown. This place is amazing.
That's like a 20-minute drive.
Relax, it's just minutes off the 202 byway. They have thousands of craft beers to choose from. Their staff knows everything about beer, and they have a larger selection of cigars than most cigar stores. Check them out at bnbbeverages.com.
You're going to drive me to drink.
Actually, I'm going to drive you to B&B Beverages, the Beer and Cigar Superstore. We'll drink when we get home.
20,000 bonus points, 18.99% variable APR, and a $32 statement credit when you spend $200 before your dog's 8th birthday.
Credit card ads have all sorts of numbers, but they mean nothing to you if you don't get approved. So here's Credit Karma's number, 50. Like members who shop on Credit Karma get approved over 50% more often than the national average. Now that's a number you can rely on. Credit Karma. Apply with more confidence. Member approval rates in 2021 over 50% higher than 2020 CFPB national average.
Listen up as I talk Huntington Valley Bank with President Bob Marino, the GOAT. Fast-growing Huntington Valley Bank, best bank for your business, celebrating 150 years as a top contender in local banking.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You may not officially be one of my endless cousins, but I do consider you part of our family.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Welcome aboard the 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. Is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster and a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. We appreciate you finding the show as often as you do. Tell your family. Tell your friends. And if you really don't like the show, tell your enemies. That's a way to really screw them over. Pat, good strategy? You don't like somebody? So you got to listen to the Kincade Show.
I saw great advice on the internet. It was basically like, you collect business cards of people you don't like, and then you keep them. So if you get into a fender bender, you give the person that business card. So, like, for example, like if I didn't like you, John, like
you would do.
Hey, can I get your business card? And then if I get into a fender bender, I'm like, I'm sorry about that, man. Just, hey, call my office.
See, that's really
it's a scumbag move, but I mean, it's like, yeah, if you don't like somebody,
that's almost evil.
That's what a driver's license is for, isn't it?
Yeah, I can tell you that. That's really
where I come from. You don't need that.
You don't need a driver's license?
No.
It's
you
amazing.
do. Technically,
Where
yeah,
do you come from?
No personal questions, Rick.
Okay, my bad.
So the 9 o'clock hour brought to you by the Bagster, dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. But we're always joined by Ricky Batalico on Thursdays in the 9 o'clock hour, which means
I am sponsored by Guided Door and Window. Buy any window or door and get the second at 50% off. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 18 months. Visit GUIDA.com.
That's excellent.
That was great.
You know, whenever I have to...
I like the word guida.
So do I.
It's
kind of a fun word. It's a fun word.
I told you it works for me. Oh, you weren't here because of the ice cream place when I was small.
What?
Guyda's Ice Cream.
Oh, really?
In Connecticut. It was a farm. They made it an ice cream place.
So you think windows and ice cream? That's a win.
It's a win.
Windows and ice cream.
It's a win-win.
See, now
situation.
all I think of is that when I'm hearing Guida now, I go, Guida. Sort of like China. Like Guida.
Why?
You do that? I don't know why. It just is one of those.
Maybe I'm from Connecticut. It's a little bit smoother. It's Guida.
I say Connecticut, though, always, again, gives me a little bit of the creeps.
Why?
because I think Connecticut people won't. They're sitting on the fence. Because most Connecticut people that I've known refuse to identify themselves. Are you Boston? Are you New York? Are you? And then I know many. How about this? I know many Connecticut people who are Patriots. Ray Nietzsche, fantastic guy, produces the Get Up show at ESPN. Ray, Mets, Patriots. How can you be Mets, Patriots? How can you pick a New York team and a Boston team?
Because you don't have a team.
Yeah, but that's bull. If you choose...
I'm not...
if I chose to be a Red Sox fan...
Zero Boston stuff for me. Zero.
So I know. You don't seem like you have any. Because you're also a Buccaneers fan.
Yeah, it's just odd.
It is odd.
And that was to go against, like, my dad when we were small, I think, because it was the creamsicle jerseys going... He was a... Dare I say it, he was a Giants fan. But
why did you want to go against your dad?
Because it's I don't know if that was definitely it. I'm just saying that it was the first game I remember watching on TV in those creamsicle jerseys, man.
I think having frenemies in sport make things more fun.
In your household?
No, but like Pat always rips me for having a bunch of friends that are Mets fans.
Yeah, because that's gross.
Well, that's because you hang out with Villanova people.
My household is a disaster when it comes to sports. We have a Giants fan. I'm a Bucks fan. My other brother's a Chiefs fan.
I think that's kind of fun.
It's
Wait a minute. Whoa. How does he become a Chiefs fan?
Let me put it this way. When we were little kids, my dad used in our bedrooms, we had these whatever we want in our bedroom. My brother had a red room with a white circle with the Chiefs helmet painted on it.
Why? What was that about?
What was the draw to the Chiefs? They were on TV?
You got me on this one. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're talking Chiefs. Yeah. One of my other brothers could care less about any sport that's going on.
That doesn't make any...
But his brother was a pro athlete. Like, that's weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sure the Ricky Battalico
fans. He watched our games, but that would be about it.
But, like, he doesn't care about sports.
No, I had one brother who, if I had a bad game, would throw things around the house.
No,
and
but
then there's the other one that would just be like, oh, well, I'll just grab another beer and I'll be all right with it.
Okay,
those people weird me out.
Without being too personal, was your ex-wife a big sports fan?
No.
Okay, because it's weird is that all the time my wife will get questioning going, you mean she doesn't really care about sports? She doesn't care.
I wouldn't say she didn't care. She understood baseball after the fact that I played it.
But she doesn't.
Her paychecks were tied to it.
But my wife doesn't care about it at all. And people are like, really? You don't like...
So what's the big deal?
I don't understand it either.
I don't see the big deal except for maybe on a Sunday afternoon when she says, honey, we have to go to a brunch. And I'm like, no, I have to watch football.
No.
There's a big difference.
See, we have a family calendar where the dates are just put on and it's like...
Yeah, but wait
John is unavailable.
But your family calendar, and I'm putting this in quotes, is John's calendar with everybody else to fill in.
Yes.
Yeah,
but you know what though?
That's not really
but the thing is though is that my wife supports it and says John is not going to be scheduled during these times.
That's fair enough then.
Which is good. Yeah, she supports it, but she doesn't give a damn. She likes it when there's an Eagles game or there's something like that. She's like, that's awesome. Because she may go...
with her friends to dinner.
Or she may go shopping. Or she may just get out of the house. She may make sure there's food in the house and everything.
She must hate those Sunday night games.
Oh, it's terrible. Then she has her she's reading and she's watching.
I got to ask you one question. I was listening driving in.
Yes, I'm glad you chose to listen.
I'm getting on you. I'm just getting on you for a second.
Thank you for listening.
You said the average temperature in January in Atlanta
is 51.
It's actually 53. I looked it up on
it is 53.
But you said it's around 52.
Because here's where it is.
Wouldn't you say it's around 50?
No, but here's what you don't understand.
Have you met him?
It is never.
No, I like listening to
but
him.
It's rarely 52. In January in Atlanta, it's usually either 63 or it's 40. The average temperatures around that. You're either wearing.
I know, but you.
But in January,
you used the number 52.
No, because
I was coming in later.
Because I always knew I always knew that's around the temperature in January. But the thing is, the big joke is it's never 52. It's either 65 and you're wearing shorts,
or 40,
or it's 40.
That's not a good joke
and you're freezing.
No, the humor needs to up itself.
That's not a funny joke at all. Right now, it's 70. By the way.
Oh my God!
In Philadelphia, it's 70.
70 degrees.
And the rain is clearing up.
Is the rain getting out of here?
What is he talking about?
Well, just because we were talking about weather in Atlanta, but we're actually located in Philly, so I want to give people a weather update here.
Well, there was a reason for it.
There was a reason for it.
I'm not ripping you guys. I'm just saying, if someone just got in the car and they didn't realize we're talking about Atlanta.
Why do you let him sit out here?
We didn't know you lived in Atlanta.
Pat aspires to be Adam Joseph. He would like to be the 7th member of the Action News team.
Really?
Pat wouldn't
I
mind
love
being
that
out
song.
there.
Weather?
I can give some.
Got a cold
charts.
front coming in from the west.
That's right. 3 p.m.
do
It'll
that?
be 80
The
degrees.
East Coast and into Maine.
4
possibly
p.m.
causing a nor'easter.
Whose job could you do? Could you do Brian Taft's job, Jim Gardner's job? Could you do Adam Joseph's job? Could you do whose job could you do? Deuces Rogers'
Deuces
job?
would be my most logical.
Sports.
It would be the most logical.
I think Jim Gardner I couldn't do.
No.
Weather, I think would be tough.
I think weather would be the hardest one to do.
Why?
Because Cecily'd be over there in the corner watching.
And
she'd have the pointer.
She'd be like,
and that clicker thing.
Wrap it up.
And she'd be doing that.
Hurry up. You're taking my time.
I think when Adam's on, or one of the other cast members, the many cast members are on, I think that Cecily's over there in the corner watching them. And I think that there's that pressure.
Do you think they roast each other when they're wrong?
They should.
Because I would.
Look, they get offended.
I know they do.
No, they get offended when jabronis on social media are like, "Oh, you're stupid."
Right,
there's
but it is the only
explanation.
job in the world where you can be wrong half the time.
Look,
no, sports talk radio.
I'll be the guy to say it.
Umpires, referees.
Yeah, I'll be the guy to say it.
You're about to learn these things.
By the way,
I could do that job.
Oh, this guy in there, Connor just brought up a point. Did anybody catch that last night?
What's that?
They go to the replay last night on a stolen base.
And they were totally wrong.
He was clearly safe.
Yeah, very safe.
And everybody, I was over at the stadium, and everybody in the stadium was like, "What?" When they finally came out and said he's out. What the hell is instant replay for if you're going to mess it up that bad?
Baseball.
Granted, it went in the Phillies' favor, which was fine with
Baseball can't get out of its own way.
How do you mess that one up?
I don't.
I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but
No, I did. It was clearly
in, and
because
he
his
was
foot
literally coming up like a pop-up slide. That was bad call.
I would tell you that yesterday, you don't want to assume too much with this Phillies team.
All right.
I've been impressed with the way that they've handled the being without Harper.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's a few guys doing all the heavy lifting, and for some reason, no one wants to be critical of Nick Castellanos.
I am pretty
you
much
are.
every day.
No, you are. That's why I'm throwing it to you.
I
because it seems like everybody just wants to be. Well, Nick chose us. So we're going to be just really, really warm and fuzzy with Nick, and he needs time. This is terrible.
I don't know what's going on with him. Like, I couldn't say, like, mentally or physically which direction he's going, but his pitch selection is just
terrible.
Way off.
He looks like he's at Topgolf.
People will say stuff like, well, is he doing something not really mechanically wrong. It's basically seeing the pitch and getting the barrel to the ball. But when the pitch is a foot and a half off the plate, you can't get the barrel to the ball.
Yeah, like the one he had last night was a little bloop single over the shortstop. It was kind of like he just threw the barrel at it and got lucky.
I know where you're going. Not a lot of authority.
No, he's not really. His power stroke is gone.
This is a guy that was 300 plus last year, right behind Harper for MVP.
Here's one thing.
And doubles galore.
Unbelievable.
Here's one thing I'm going to say with this Castellanos is, every time that one of the anti-Odubel crowd comes out, and I understand where the anti-Odubel crowd comes from a variety of different angles.
I just hate looking at him play baseball.
They show Odubel Herrera at bat and go, look at that, is what he's swinging at. You could do the same thing for Nick Castellanos' bats any night you wish.
Yeah, but
so
Castellanos
unless you're willing,
but
he
Castellanos
chose us. We like Nick Castellanos.
He has a track record of being a very good major league hitter.
Not here he doesn't.
Odubel does
And
not.
people
Not
are
here he
waiting
doesn't.
For him to come around.
I mean,
We're
I still
hoping he
for that big
does.
I
outburst.
still think he will.
He has come up about 10 points on his batting. Not that that's a ton, but at this point
And
in the
batting
season,
average,
that's pretty good.
Batting average, I'm more looking for production
I know,
than batting
but
average.
you also
Because Schwarber, I believe Schwarber has a lower batting average than Odubel Herrera.
yeah, but he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think Schwarber.
He's like my superhero.
I may be
now.
no, but
He
I may
really
be
is.
wrong on that. I think Schwarber has I think
it's a lot less.
Odubel has a better batting average than Kyle Schwarber.
He's also got 27 home runs.
I understand, but Castellanos looks like he's at Topgolf.
I know what you're talking about.
It's terrible.
I don't disagree with me.
But
with
it's
you.
Well,
or
good.
with
I'm glad
me.
you don't disagree with you.
Rick, how much is there to a guy changing teams and early struggles? Because if you look at some of the big signings this year, Seager's struggling, Chris Bryant's struggling. One of the other
struggling because his team sucks and he has nobody around him.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Coming from the Dodgers, he had everybody and their brother around you.
Yeah, fair.
Makes the game a lot easier.
Is that the same with Chris Bryant? I mean, Castellanos was
I don't think Chris Bryant cares. And he's been hurt all year.
He's been hurt all year.
When you think about it. So
he doesn't look...
Does he look like
he has no sense of urgency.
Let me ask you something. Thank you. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying he doesn't... I don't know personally if he cares, but he looks like he's kind of just going through... I took a lot of money to go to Colorado.
And he chose Colorado, which was weird in and of itself.
Well, I mean, for offensive
ball flies.
stats, it's
now
pretty
remember
good.
too, you would have had Chris Bryant here for the money you got Schwarber and
I'm pretty happy with the money.
Castellanos.
The Schwarber contract.
I'm glad.
Steal.
No, it's great right now. Schwarber's a fun story.
Real quick, John is right. Odubel has a higher batting average, 238. Here's where it gets comical, though. Odubel's on base percentage, 280.
Oh my
Kyle
gosh.
Schwarber's on base percentage is 341.
Yeah, he takes
Do their
280,
OPS.
280's terrible.
OPS, Schwarber is 882.
Oh my gosh.
Which is solid.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're going to call that a good
we'll
number.
give it to him.
Pat.
And
I bet he's below 700.
Odubel is 676.
Yeah, he
Oh my
stinks.
God.
Get out of here.
676 is all the
pathetic.
potholes.
Hey, I got a
It is all
question.
those potholes.
Watching that game last night, that ball goes up in the air.
You catch that in center field.
Number one, there's a left hand. Nobody loves to point
He
things
can't
out. It's
track
a
a ball.
left-handed hitter. The ball's going to tail where? Towards left field. So when it's hit to center field, it's going to have a little tail on it, that like a slice in golf from a left-handed.
And especially when he's swinging high and tattooing one.
And he was walking away from the box,
Yes.
which means he's definitely slicing through the baseball. You should have known that. And then when you miss it, you look up at the flags.
On the Phillies radio,
Should have looked beforehand.
on the Phillies radio broadcast, he got defended.
By who?
On the Phillies radio broadcast, that's
pathetic.
all I'm going to tell you.
He cannot track a fly ball. It's been 7 years of watching.
He did not get.
He
it was
should
told-
not- he
it
should
was
not
told
be
that
defended.
It was told that if he made that catch, and I'm going to paraphrase, if he makes that catch, we're giving him a standing ovation and saying high fives, and that's a great catch.
Of course,
and he
because
saved
this
us
day and
runs.
age, you don't have to be athletic. And I'm going to prove my point. Why do you think they use the shift? Why do you think they move people over all the time? Because they don't have the athletes.
People can't feel.
Yeah, they don't have the range.
They
to cover
don't
those
have
holes.
to move. That's why. Take your chess game and take it somewhere else and get some damn athletes in.
Yeah, I mean, look at the play Castellanos in what, the third or fourth inning? Just over his head. He couldn't track. It was terrible.
I played with
Castellanos is.
I played with some outfielders. Okay, I had Carlos Beltran play center field. That guy catches that ball in his back pocket.
Yeah.
I had Mike Cameron center field. That guy catches that ball in his back pocket, and there's no high fives.
No.
It's a routine play for those guys.
That was fairly routine for a major league
I
center
could go
fielder.
through about 30 outfielders that make that play look routine. But Odubel's not in. He's not.
No, he's
not
not.
above average.
No.
He's average or below average center fielder. So he doesn't
No,
make
he's
the
below
play,
average.
which
No, he's
screws,
below average.
which screws your pitchers.
Yep. And Nola just had two little dribblers. One was shift related, and
Make
the
the
other,
play.
yeah, the other was. It's just like you need your center fielder to bail you out there because you had a tough inning where you let up two little bloop hits.
Yeah.
Men get on base. That's where your center fielder has to bail you out.
Yeah, and at first look on the ball over Castellanos' head, I think the only way he catches that is if he has the perfect route to the ball on that one.
Which he'll never.
Which
do.
he'll never have. 'cause
We know.
He honestly.
You are a Castellanos hater
Right
this
now,
morning.
Well, he's
no,
a
I'm gonna tell you
disappointment
this
right now.
He is.
Oh, it's a huge disappointment.
He's been a disappointment, but I
And-
feel like he looks better. He looks more comfortable now than he did a month ago.
Well,
like I
because-
feel like there has been a change since Rob Thompson came in.
But he hasn't been that guy.
he hasn't been.
He's
that
not
guy.
driving the ball.
And to go with I'm actually on John's side here on this one. To go with what you were saying, think about this. Maybe this has something to do with it. He was the big fish in a little pond.
in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I mean, I know
sure.
they had Joey Votto, but
and he
Joey
wasn't
Votto
and he
was
wasn't
not
playing
Joey
for
Votto.
anything.
And Joey
There were
Votto
no
was good last
there
year.
were no expectations.
No, and it was easy baseball.
Yeah, but that
It was
goes
free and easy baseball.
That goes against your Kyle Seager argument.
Why?
He's on a bad team.
Well, I'm not saying every player's the same. You just did.
Yeah, not every player's the same.
Saying it goes against the argument. Like,
No, it
because
doesn't.
he was a small fish on a bad.
It doesn't. Each player's an individual. It has nothing. Corey
all
Seager.
right. All right, you want to
The
go?
reason why I think Seager's struggling is because he has nobody around him, which means he.
And you just said that Castellanos had nobody around. Who did he have around him? In Cincinnati.
No. He was the big fish.
No, the
I
thing
didn't
is,
say he had
no, but
nobody.
Pat,
he had
I think
Eugenio
you're thinking a
Suarez who was
different.
hitting home runs. You had Joey Votto there.
All right, Jonathan India is not bad.
I mean, he was a rookie at a year.
But I think you're thinking too. But I think you're thinking too, Pat. The big fish. When Ricky says that, and
now
correct
all
me if
of a
I'm wrong,
sudden
is
he comes
you're
to
now
Philly.
you're now the man in a major market.
But he's not the man here.
Right? Maybe
Yes,
that.
he is.
No,
Bryce Harper is the man.
Not even close.
He was supposed to be number 2, and now the big
And
fish fell
Schwarber's
down to
taking
about
over
4
that
or
one.
I'd
5.
actually argue that he was number 3.
Yeah, I would say he's third.
I thought he was number 3 behind
JT. Well,
when the
JT's
season started.
JT fell down a couple rounds.
Yeah, so
You think?
now it's
You think?
Bryce and Schwarber.
By the way, thank you also for not
Man,
being.
Hoskins.
Thank you and Michael. For not being afraid on the Phillies broadcast to point that out.
Yeah,
And
Mike,
to actually
Michael
have,
was pissed last
to
night.
actually,
right?
no, but
He
actually,
did seem a little
but to
ornery,
actually have objective conversations regarding JT Realmuto.
You have to.
Because but I consider you two the only ones that are objective about it. Because they literally, I believe everyone else on the Phillies payroll and broadcasts walks on eggshells regarding JT.
I think he's really good at throwing runners out.
And guess what? That should be celebrated.
And it's a sense of brilliance because what he does is he skips the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, last night on that play, the replay,
It actually
that was
picks up
botched,
speed when you do that.
He throws it straight through,
Which
and
makes
it
no
didn't
sense to me.
I know.
It didn't have enough. He didn't have enough on it to get a sweep tag. So I mean, it was just one of those things where I think that's actually a better play.
I want both things to be talked about. When they put up the graphic last night to talk about JT and they did put up the graphic on the broadcast about throwing out runners,
right?
And how I think he has 15 compared to 13 is the second best. Yeah. That should be celebrated and should be discussed. And it's just there is a.
But he's not terrible. He's just overpaid.
I think, Jamie, you hit it early in the season. Like, get rid of that stupid walk-up song and you'll be better.
Yeah, that Applebee's song's got to go. But, like, he's not terrible. He's just overpaid.
Well,
so people view him through his contract.
But
like, his WAR is still 2.1 this year, and he's struggling.
He's a declining asset.
Sure.
And he has 3 more years at an absurd amount of money.
Not my problem.
Yeah, I don't think
He's still better than most catchers. It's only financial.
Right. Even in that third year, he's probably going to be better than 60% of the catchers.
You have to compare him to other catchers.
I think he will.
Right. So we should not give a damn about the money.
That's John Middleton's problem.
Because that's not my problem. That's not any other problem.
There's 4 offensive catchers in the game of baseball that you point to and you go like, wow, they're legit at the plate. Most of them are defensive catchers.
I'll have no problem
with
it.
Perez, he's not having a good year this year.
I'll have
50?
Will Smith isn't crushing it in L.A.
As long as Logan O'Hoppe isn't traded.
He's struggling now too, by the way.
He's had a little struggles right now, but still, though, he's a guy I do not want to get rid of.
He won't be traded.
But the thing is, he's somebody.
Sooner or later,
he's going to be one of the most sought after guys, and because you're having to pay,
I still think it's going to come down to what happens with. Well, I was going to say what happens with Reese, but now you got Hall coming up and hitting some home runs. So you end up taking over first base. You do something else with Reese. This is a merry-go-round they have going on. And I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing in the next couple of years.
Probably not.
Derek Hall is fool's gold.
Let you call it what it will. I'm just happy they finally brought up a guy that shows some pop. I mean, really.
Yeah, I don't think
Ruff is doing pretty well in the big
leagues. He's doing all right, but with the Phillies, he was a guy that came on and he hit a couple home runs there, and then he ended up in Korea.
Right. What do you expect? I mean, it's not.
I'm just saying. I don't think he's ever going to take anyone's job. I think he's good. He's a quad A player.
All right. Let me ask you a question then. Let's move on to what is it? 2 years that. How many years is Reese a free agent?
Yeah.
No. In a year.
I think it may.
I think he's up.
He's got another year of arbitration.
Does he have another year?
Yeah, another year.
But
do you want to pay him market value?
Right, this is a big money year for arbitration. What are you going to do there?
You put.
No, but just think about.
Do you want to pay him
if you're
open
the one paying
market
him, what
value?
are you going to do there?
You could put JT at first base and put O'Hoppe at catcher.
So you're getting rid of Reese.
Yeah, depending on the price.
Well, the price tag would probably be pretty
I mean, I
large.
got to look at the CBA again, but I think you still get a comp pick.
He's making 7.7 now. Next year, he figure he's up
11
around
or 12?
9, 10.
I think like
It's
11.
going to be more than that.
11 or 12.
11.
I'm thinking 11, 12
I would
next
think
year.
closer to 15.
Yeah, I
would
think
So
say.
so.
then his open
15,
market value is
16.
going to be
22.
close to
Close to
22.
22.
Who doesn't make 20 now?
I know.
You have Corey Knebel making 10.
That's crazy.
Come on.
That's insane.
You want Dansby Swanson for...
I like Dansby.
You want
Stop,
Dansby?
stop right there. Yes.
No, I want Trey Turner.
I want Dansby.
How about this? Let's go into this a little bit. What happens when Segura comes back? I just blew that, didn't I?
And you're in
you got
trouble.
there.
Well, I've seen enough
rough.
of Didi Gregorius.
Yeah, thank you. That's
I've seen enough of
probably-
Didi Gregorius.
I got to tell
And
you.
I said that
think
from
he's
the
got-
spring.
He's got about 3 weeks to.
Yes, seen
go.
enough.
Segura's got 3 weeks, you think?
I would think 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah.
Hey, Brad,
Well, you got to hope.
Bradford White water heaters. You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose our friends at Bradford White because Bradford White is here for the pro, and we all want a hot shower from time to time when you need one. So make sure you get that Bradford White water heater. Did you have your Wendy's breakfast?
I did. I love Wendy's.
What did they put aside for you? Is it Pat?
It was
that
a sausage.
sets aside for
a
you?
sausage. A little
I
sausage.
started that in the beginning. Now
Pat,
he's
you
just
do
part of the
not?
team, and he
No,
gets what's left.
yeah.
Now
he
it's like
showed
fend
up.
for yourself?
Yeah.
Well, he showed up. He's early.
I get early.
Like he
You
shows
do
up
get
early,
early.
so I don't have to worry about Ricky.
I don't mess around.
No. Ricky is not the guest.
I drive around, get my coffee, and listen to you guys for about 25 minutes, and then I enter the building, and I still listen to you guys on the way up. So
Well, I like that. I'm glad to see you're choosing us in the mornings.
That's a relief.
I mean, we
right?
appreciate that.
That's a relief.
We appreciate
No, we
that.
realize that you have options, Rick,
You
and
do
the fact
have-
that you choose us
yes,
means
we
a lot.
really appreciate
I've
that.
heard that commercial too.
Do you stream us?
Do
you know your phone's a radio?
Yeah. Where's
Yes, I
your,
do know
yeah,
that too.
yeah, where's your phone?
If I am out of area, yes, I will.
Okay, good. We appreciate that you.
Yeah, it's
that
sitting
you
right there. I
stream
see
us
his
too.
radio. I see his radio right there on the table.
That works out well.
Need a new radio.
All right, we're going to find out what Ricky Bone knows coming up next. Plus, a lot more discussion as there is a huge playoff series this week. Did you know? John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you are in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, go get the BetParks app today. Download it. Enjoy some special boosts and wagers on the PGA Tour. So if you're a big golf fan like me and you enjoy watching some golf on the couch on the weekend, you can play right along with your favorite twosome right out there. Download the all-new BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. You can get a risk-free bet up to $750. Use the promo code Kincade. That's what I suggested to them, and they use that. So right now, it's Sportsbook, casino, games, all in one amazing app. The live in-game wagering, it's absolutely fantastic. You can download it now in the App Store, the Google Play Store, or go to betparks.com, Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Use the promo code Kincade. You got to be 21 to take advantage of this offer and to use the BetParks app. In baseball, Connor is not calling it a lock today because it's a Bailey Falter start, so he's not going to call it a lock. He's not going to screw you over like he did weeks ago. He'll hopefully be a little smarter than that. So I would suggest you go to the individual player performances. Could Schwarber hit another one today? Could it be? Could it be 5 home runs in 3 days? You can bet on that. If you got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The biggest party of the year for Philadelphia sports fans is back.
Oh my God! FanDuel Sportsbook presents 97.5 The Fanatic's FanFest, Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
Let's just go. All of the Fanatic hosts celebrity guests, interactive activities, and attractions.
And lots of food and drink.
97.5 The Fanatic's FanFest 2022.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live. The countdown is on.
This is a free event, but you will need a ticket to attend.
Keep listening for ticket giveaways, ticket rate appearances, online ticket raids, and a special offer from FanDuel Sportsbook to score tickets.
Must be 21 or older to attend.
97.5 The Fanatic's FanFest 2022. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Believe it. Be there.
Hey, kids, I'm going to Wawa. Anybody want anything? It's Hoagie Fest.
Hoagie Fest is here.
So, classic meatball and classic Italian with cherry pepper relish. And a new picture frame.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is back. Whatever your order, summer tastes better when it's full of hoagie love. Get $5 shorties and $6 classic hoagies. Limited time only. See store for exclusions.
Back by popular demand, Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up again to bring you frozen handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy frozen handcrafted beverages are back and 20% off when you order and pay on the Wawa app.
Activision Blizzard has finally shown off the future of Call of Duty with gameplay of Modern Warfare 2. Besides featuring a reworked weapon system and touched-up movement, this game is going to be the only major Call of Duty release for at least 2 years, something that hasn't happened in over a decade. This gives players in the Call of Duty League time to actually learn the game and for competition strategy to become deeper than it's been in the eSport League's past.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary tickets?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Peter.
I'm Emma.
And our deck is TimberTech.
I'm the practical one in the family.
And I'm the designer. We chose TimberTech because I wanted a great design.
And I wanted low maintenance.
We love our TimberTech deck because it looks just like real wood.
And it's easy to maintain. I don't have to worry about the kids running around.
TimberTech was really the best of both worlds for us.
Visit Home Depot or HomeDepot.com to start your next TimberTech decking project.
20,000 bonus points, 18.99% variable APR, and a $32 statement credit when you spend $200 before your dog's 8th birthday.
Credit card ads have all sorts of numbers, but they mean nothing to you if you don't get approved. So here's Credit Karma's number, 50. Like members who shop on Credit Karma get approved over 50% more often than the national average. Now that's a number you can rely on. Credit Karma. Apply with more confidence. Member approval rates in 2021 over 50% higher than 2020 CFPB national average.
This is your captain speaking. You better buckle your seatbelts for this one. I noticed my passport was due to expire, so I went to Staples. I got a passport photo in 10 minutes. So we're good to go.
Now at Staples, get 20% off travel products when you purchase a passport photo. Get travel ready at Staples, your one-stop travel prep destination.
Hey, let me tell you about another time that Staples saved my caboose. That all started back.
N731, in-store only. Excludes Instacart orders, certain products, services, and technology. See staplesconnect.com/services/travel for details.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
When you want a hot and juicy hamburger, go for the square. Wendy's serves up fresh, never frozen beef. And yup, these patties are square. Grab a Dave's Double and see the hot and juicy square difference for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Whether you were a day one listener or have just joined the party, we're glad to have you here. It's the John Kincade Show. It's continuing now
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Appreciate you being a part of the show. We love it when you spend more time with us. It is a Wendy's Thursday. So you can have a great breakfast from Wendy's just like we have every single Thursday. Pat sometimes gets a little nitpicky about it, Jamie, doesn't he? A little nitpicky.
He's an ornery fella.
He is. He's a little Frank Costanza when it comes to
guy.
He's like Frank Costanza.
A little bit. Frank is. I take that as a compliment. I appreciate that.
Well, Frank is fantastic.
Stop short.
Yeah.
But
He is
Stop
ugly.
short with my wife.
He was ugly.
Pat likes things that are particular. He likes and Mira, not exactly not a handsome woman, his wife.
Who?
Ben Stiller's mother.
Gotta tell you. I watch Seinfeld a lot now.
Yes?
It's on a lot more.
More you watch it, the more George gets under your skin.
Oh, he's terrible.
Oh, I love George.
Tell me you don't want to punch.
I love him.
Oh my
him
God,
out.
he's so
Love him.
obnoxious.
Oh, yeah, that's part of his appeal.
Yeah. There's nobody
there's
on
no
that
more
show.
appeal. If you watch it enough, you lose that. I used to like him. I used to love him on the show.
You
And
like
then I'm
George?
Oh, I watch it all the time.
Love him.
I can't stand
Now
George.
I can't stand him.
I like all the characters.
Can't stand you.
I've watched it too much where I picked up too many obvious things
He's
that he should have did
spectacular in that
correctly.
role.
He is very. That's why you
He's
hate him.
spectacular.
He said that it changed his life when he realized that he was playing Larry David. He didn't realize that going in.
Really?
Yeah, he because there was one scene where he's like, "This would never happen." He told Larry, who was the writer, like, "Dude, this is ridiculous. It never happened." And Larry was like,
It
"What do you
happened
mean?
to me."
It happened to me." And that's just like, I'm.
And then he realized
you.
there it is.
Oh, okay. And then he ended up kind of going into that role.
Ricky Bo is with us thanks to.
Oh, I am sponsored by Guided Door and Window. Buy any door or window and get the second at 50% off. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 18 months. That's right, John, 18 months. Visit GoGUIDA.com.
See, if you were considering a radio job, somebody would hear that and go, man, we should hire him.
Maybe. We'll see.
They could
Who
do
knows?
that. By the way, get an email in the email box that I got a little email from the Homeowners Association saying, congratulations, your requests to change a couple things on your house have been approved by the board.
Isn't it a brand new house?
Yeah, but Christina wanted a couple things done in the house, and so we got the congratulations. They've been approved. She did these things 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing that needs approval?
Did you ever see those retractable
awnings?
No,
Swings.
the retractable hose reels.
Yeah.
That are like those boxes where you can pull the hose like 100
on the side of the house.
and then you just tug and they retract right into it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but they had to be mounted on the house, so you have to get approval.
Oh man!
Well, guess what?
Tugging the hose.
Guess what she did? She called Tony Marzano, had it done, had them mounted on the house, and then
you got
then put in the approval.
I don't think
She
I would
said-
bring that up on the air right now.
No, because other people in the
What are they gonna
neighborhood
do?
have them on their house.
What do you do? Evict you?
Once one person
What's a
has
Vicya?
once
There's a D
somebody
on the end of that one.
yeah, but once somebody in the neighborhood has already done something and you've seen them do it,
Right.
and
I
you know it's
understand.
approved,
No, I
then
know.
you're not going to ask permission to do it
I know
because
where
they
you're
got
going
it.
with that.
Homeowners associations, man.
Wait. Ricky, when you get to know Christina, you'll know she's
by
not
the way,
not an ask permission person.
my brother just said that because he's a Chiefs, you asked why he's
Yeah,
a Chief,
why
he
is he
said
just-
that he picked out a Chiefs helmet at two guys. Two guys used to be like a
Two guys. We had one in
They
Broomall.
used to be like a
like a
It's like a burger
Walmart.
place, but then they got
Yes.
three
No,
more
it's a
guys, and it's
smaller
5 guys
Walmart.
now.
Yes.
He said before he was in kindergarten.
Really?
I mean,
So
it's a
that's
cool
how that
logo.
started.
I mean, there's like an
I used to
arrow.
collect the helmets.
That's kind of cool.
You know what I want?
I used to have all the
want the
helmets.
little. I
Like
want
real ones, but fake. If that
See,
makes
I
sense.
want the one for down for the Kincade, my man cave. I want remember the little helmets you used to get in the gumball
Yes,
machines?
they still have them. You could get the whole set.
I want the whole set.
They have them. They literally have those.
Where?
Look it up. Just look it up. Put mini football helmets in casing.
I used to change as the standings.
Oh yeah, you
change
could,
the.
I don't know.
I would every week change the standings.
I don't know if they have that now because those were made in the 70s, early 80s.
I think I have those back in my house in Jersey at my mom's place. So I might be able to just bring those in for you, John.
Really?
Yeah, let me see what I can do. I think I have the full
Connor,
set.
I have always wanted.
Yeah, but you
can get them online for
Connor,
like.
that'd be a really good gift for
You
you.
can get them on eBay for like $5.
Yeah, and you know
that.
No,
That
$5
makes it seem
for
less special.
the whole set.
Yeah, he means
And you know what
5,000.
you're going to have to do is get all the new helmets, too. as
That's
they
what I
go
mean,
on.
though. Yeah, but just not.
Dude, I always loved my NFL bed sheets. Are the bed sheets still a thing for kids with every team on it? And
Kids.
We had
You still
those.
have a pair?
I have a pair right now, and I'm a 33-year-old man, of course.
We had those.
Yeah, they were cool.
Nothing like bringing
They
a
had all
girl back
different
to see
kinds of
your...
them. I think they
now,
do
Pat's
still have
mom
them.
would have to hang them out some days in the yard
Yeah,
because
pee
he was,
on them.
See, my room
pee-pee.
had a big Hartford Whalers thing on it.
Da, da, da,
That's right.
bum, bum, bum,
I did. My room was green, white, and blue.
I used to have the Brass Bonanza was my ringtone.
Was it really? Why?
That would get so annoying.
Because I loved going to Hartford. Was one of my favorite places when I worked.
Really?
When I worked in the NHL, loved going to Hartford. It was always fun, and I would get sent to Hartford sometimes on there would be a lot of times people would do Hartford on a Saturday and then the Flyers on a Sunday.
Right.
So I would go to Hartford on the Saturday, do a little video and stuff pre-scout to prepare for the Sunday game. Whoever was coming in,
You probably
So I
looked
got
in the crowd and said, "Look
Chuck's-
at this
Chuck's
idiot, this drunk
Steakhouse.
idiot." That would have been me.
Chuck's Steakhouse.
I was
right
there
there in
before
the
the games.
right there in the mall. I love that place.
They had a great bar right before the games.
So that
Always
was it.
packed.
I said I believe it was the bad story was Mark LaForest was the goalie for the backup goalie for the Flyers. He was in for Hextall one night.
It related to
And-
Pete LaForest, the former...
And I think he gave up
Forrest Gump.
he gave up 9 goals.
There you go.
And Keenan made the video squad. We had to go back after the game and go back and break down all the video because he wanted to see it before we went to bed, not the next day. So before Mark LaForest got home, we called his answering machine 9 times and left Brass Bonanza on his answer machine 9 times. So when he got home, he said, you have 9 messages back in the old days.
That's got to be I never thought of it as a visitor going in there, but they hit that horn and then they play the song. Oh, man,
it was
that's
awesome.
That's got to be a nightmare for
No,
goalies.
now every
No, now
rink,
it's fine. They moved.
every rink now,
you could,
though.
you could
They moved to
stick
Carolina,
You could stick
like
the
95
Carolina
they moved.
Hurricanes.
Hey, Maine wild blueberries are always good in pie, but try blueberry honey, salsa, and even blueberry beer. Visit Maine.com. This message is sponsored to you by the Maine Office of Tourism.
Great beer scene up there.
If you want some blueberry beer, Jeff Francoeur has his blueberry
Jeff
beer.
Francoeur.
We could get
Frenchie.
Jeff here to bring us some blueberry beer next time he comes
Could you
on.
bring me some blueberry beer?
Yeah, we want
please?
some. Should we make? I'm going to make a request.
Yeah,
Say,
I'll
send
try
us,
some.
Send
I'd
us
love
some.
to.
It's always good. Let's find out what Ricky Bo knows.
Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football.
We couldn't get Bo Jackson, but we do have Ricky Bo. So let's find out what Ricky Bo knows.
Yes?
Ricky Bo knows that Connor was a little bit late with the song in the intro.
A little late, but it's
You,
all right.
you hit the key perfect, and Connor was late.
Connor
No, it
missed.
was like a millisecond at most.
It was a
Well,
millisecond.
I mean,
See, but Ricky Bo knew.
Ricky's a baseball player. A millisecond means
Home run.
you're going from a home run to a foul ball, dude.
That's right.
Rick-
or a
Ricky-
pop out to center field to a double that.
Ricky,
Okay,
I
so
believe
those
what
two.
I did to my thumb this morning
Yes.
would probably put a Major League Baseball player out for like the injured list for a few weeks. What do you know about cuts on the finger that bleed and continue to bleed?
I did it to myself when I was a little kid, throwing stuff in the backyard.
Oh, no.
Cut my finger wide open. Had
What
a
were you
lot of
throwing
blood.
in the backyard?
Probably glass bottles or something.
Why were you throwing grass bottles in your backyard?
It wasn't really the backyard. You pick up rocks, you pick up whatever. And
Do
you
some
throw
hood
it.
rat stuff with your friends.
That's all.
Hood rats.
I actually.
Proletarian Milton style.
The only thing I remember about that day is my mother rushing me to the hospital and being pulled over by the police. And
Your
then
mom
he
got pulled
escorted
over
us.
by the police.
Well, my hand was. I was gushing blood.
All right.
But yeah, that's what I do know. Also, I know that your injury would not have kept me out for 6 seconds.
It wouldn't have.
Wrong hand.
This thing is gigantic, though.
But it's on the left
And
hand,
it's bleeding.
So that means just keep bandages on it and
just
put the
keep it
glove
going.
over it.
Ricky, what do you know about Boris Johnson resigning from Great Britain?
I know it's happening. I do know it's happening. I'm trying to think of why. Oh, I watched the whole
What a
thing
question.
yesterday. No, I just knew that. He's out of there. Parliament, all the Parliament members were walking out.
Yeah, it's high-ranking.
I think there were 30 to 40 Parliament members that were walking out. So
They were.
he just figured, I'm out. I'm done. Bye. The leader, gone.
He's the prime minister.
UK, yeah.
So he
Wait
has
a minute,
to,
you
so
know
he-
who he is. He's got the.
I know. Yeah, he's got the hair.
He looks like he's never
terrible
combed
hair.
his hair.
Yeah, he looks like Mark Davis. So he's out of that. What's the street? Like
He's-
the 9. They live on a street.
Oh, yeah.
They all live on like the cul-de-sac, and it's like every prime
Probably
minister lives at like 9
Queen
something.
Way.
Yeah, but I guess he's got to
10
move.
Downing Street.
Yeah, like when does he have to move?
He's going to stay in power through the fall.
Okay, all right. So he's got some time to
While the
find
new
out.
party-
Why even bother leaving? If
I
you-
know,
Speaking of that, all right. So you figure that his rent was paid for.
Yeah, no, he's
All
living
right.
free.
Now he's got it. Now he's got to find a place to live. You might need to find a roommate. Rick, what do you know about roommates?
Roommates.
Oh.
I have a roommate. I've had a
What's
ton
his
of
name?
roommates. His name is Pat Egan. Is my roommate.
He sleeps in my dresser.
Really?
He sleeps in my dresser. He cleans up all my clothes every day.
Okay.
Was it the Fardman, the dresser?
Yeah,
what?
I think so. Yeah.
The Fardman?
Another
By the
Seinfeld
way,
reference.
you know, in the big leagues, we did have roommates my first year.
Yeah, isn't that the veterans? They're the only ones that have like the.
Yeah, you have to have
No,
a
didn't
full
you
year.
used to-
I had Mike
didn't you-
Lieberthal as my roommate.
Didn't you used to have it on your? You had to have it in your contract. When you got your own room, right?
After your first
After
year.
your first
yeah.
year.
Yep.
It had to be in your
But
contract.
during
that
your
you didn't have
rookie
roommates.
season, it was like, man, I could have it's weird because if he were to get hurt, then you. But every once in a while, like I remember going out to L.A., I'd have my own room because he lived out there.
So how was he as a roommate though?
Levy?
Yeah.
He was good. He was quiet.
Was it normal for guys to switch roommates if they didn't, not necessarily get along with the person?
Not
but
at the big league level. You didn't want to do that because then that puts you in a little shady area.
like
Sock on
if somebody's
the
like
door?
snoring or
Huh?
Sock on the door? Anything like that?
yeah, if
With your own roommate?
you bring
I would
home a
hope not,
female
John,
or
no.
a male friend.
You were young
I
guys.
really
Were you
hope
all
not.
married?
No, we weren't married. We'd go out.
So what
Okay,
are you
so
doing?
you go out.
You having orgies?
Playing a lot of away games. They're on a road trip, boys.
Yeah.
A team that
Yeah, but I'm
orgies
saying
together
to you
stays
is-
together,
so
Pat.
I'm
That's an old
saying is-
saying.
I know where you're going with this.
You guys didn't have orgies, and that's why you weren't a very good team.
I guess it
The
would
Braves
just,
were having orgies, Rick. What were you guys
I guess
doing?
it's just one of those things where you just kind of tell your roommate, I need some time.
Why do you think there was
Hit
so
that
much
lobby bar.
chemistry?
I need
There
some
was so
time.
much
Get out.
chemistry between Smoltz, Glavine, and Mulder.
Don't forget Steve
Mulder?
Avery.
Not Mulder.
You mean Maddox?
Maddox.
the hell
Because
are
they
you
all had,
talking
they all had orgies together.
I
Like
didn't
you're
realize
like
that.
the Phillies, the mid '90s Phillies would have been so much better if you guys just had orgies. We finally figured this out.
Yeah.
That's the untold story of the Braves. I didn't even know.
You guys
you
had
know
talent.
what?
Your catcher, man.
You are a child.
Connor, Connor, you have something you want to ask Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky, what do you know about mustaches?
I know you have
That's
one,
your
and I
catcher,
know
man.
you look like a porn star with it.
I'll take that.
Nice.
I think some of the best. How about Raleigh Fingers?
Oh, yes.
Some of the best
You had a good one.
ones.
Catfish.
That'd be a good porn star
Catfish had a
name,
really
too.
good one.
Yeah.
Raleigh
Catfish Hunter had a
Fingers?
really
Yeah, that
good
would
one.
be
I'm not a big fan because, quite frankly, never been able to really grow. I could throw in a goatee every once in a while, but
And they're
me
unsanitary.
on a mustache, I think
How are they
somebody
unsanitary?
beat me.
They're
walking down the
completely
street.
unsanitary.
Yeah,
This
I
is
don't
a very clean mustache.
really.
No.
You probably got food in there from last Wednesday.
They're unsanitary.
Nah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No, that's good. I check.
He's just giving out
Especially-
mustache
Give it a little-
rides.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! You give it the old finger check.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
He
Just
gives
run
it the scratch
run a
and
finger-
sniff.
Yeah.
He gives it the scratch and sniff.
I actually can't smell, so I got to scratch and
Yeah,
then
he
I
doesn't.
outsource
Oh,
the
that's
sniff.
awful.
Do you
That's
want to? Do you want to be
COVID.
my sniff guy? Rick?
That's COVID.
That is disgusting.
That's COVID. Did you have that checked?
No, I've had that forever.
All right, well,
That's what they all say.
let's move on. Good job.
That's it.
We because we got to get something
Made it
else.
way too easy.
I understand we got dirty laundry. Also,
We do. Give me 1 second. It'll get there.
say Ricky, now you can get
let's
on
air
about
out
that.
our dirty laundry.
Yeah, good.
All right, what do we got?
So we played Game Time earlier today, which was put together by our wonderful Coach Camille. And he was not very pleased with some comments made during Game Time. He sent me a text. I won't read it verbatim, but I'll tell you word for word what he said. Got several texts from friends that listen to the show saying you guys ripped me for Game Time again. And next week, it'll be trivia like what's your favorite color, who's your best friend, easy stuff that you can handle. And next week, Game Time is apparently on Pat and I. So, Coach, not very happy with Game Time. Now, Pat, who did Game Time last week?
We did.
Interesting.
Me and you. Like, that's what amazes me is Coach
But
thinks.
wasn't last week horrible?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
really
the
bad.
week
No, it was
before.
we did the
was
nickname.
terrible.
The week before, which Coach also
Coach
put
did.
together,
Like
but-
Coach's idea. First of all, the first lie in that whole text message was several friends, because Coach Camille does not have several friends. He might have a friend.
No. Serial killers have like a network of.
He's
Like
Several, though? I'm not believing several. Second of all, the idea that we cannot execute Game Time, like that's never been done before. Me and Connor have done it. We've done it many times. If there's not an open for Game Time, that usually means that me and Connor had to do it.
I trust you guys.
Yeah, so like this idea that, oh, well, good luck to you guys this week. Bro, we've been doing it. All right? I've been here. I live here.
Yeah, he
Thing
comes
is
up with all these obscure pastas, and all of a sudden, we're the bad guys?
He's a pasta guy.
Game Time cannot be it's
Vermicelli?
complex. It sounds very complex sometimes. His thought process.
You got to
It's a
make
little-
it simple because there's a lot of kissers in here. Keep it simple, stupid.
I would think so too.
When he does the over under game, I mean he finds these items that
Where
are
is
like.
he? He's not here today, right?
He's not here today.
Yeah, he's off. He's off today.
He's off.
But he's
listening in.
But he's got it
making
because
sure
he's got
that
a
you're-
phone. And when you have a
So you
phone,
have a radio, Ricky, right in your hands.
but you hide
Yes, I
behind
realize that.
your secret network of friends that don't exist. We all know he's on
Why are
YouTube
you
right now. He's
getting on-
Mopar.
Why are you getting on Coach?
Why am I getting on Coach?
Don't
Have you met
work
him?
together with him?
But like we work together as like.
Hey, you haven't been brought over to see the Pez dispensers yet, Ricky?
We
I
have
like Pez.
me and Coach have
I'll
the
eat
same
'em all.
relationship.
No. You
I
don't
don't care
know
how
this.
old the candy is.
No, but you don't know this.
Yes, I know. He has all the collector's items and everything else. I do know that.
That's the Ted Bundy Pez
He has a
dispenser?
Pez dispenser collection.
Yeah,
Like the whole thing.
Like he collects.
It's worth a lot of money.
he brings women over to
'Cause
see
there
them,
are
and you never
some-
see the woman
Can
again.
you imagine being?
Aren't there like 12 or 15 of them that have something different on them? That,
He has one.
Yeah.
He has a Mary Poppins one.
That's what I'm talking about.
where
yeah.
Mary Poppins has feet,
And the rest don't.
and because Mary Poppins has feet,
It's worth a lot more.
It's
Rex
worth a
Ryan
lot
had
more.
it commissioned.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah, Rex
this
Ryan's
is
into
so
it.
weird. That's so freaking weird.
Well, I don't think
That's a weird thing to collect.
I don't think necessarily it's all that weird.
What
honestly.
You don't?
No, not really.
Well, what did
A
you
Pez dispenser
What did you
collection?
collect when
Like,
you were
because
I've never collected stuff.
I don't know if I
that's
did
even
either.
more weird to me than the Pez collection. The fact that you've never collected anything.
The only thing I ever
See, but
collected
if
was
I-
maybe beer cans.
See, I had a lot of friends that used to collect beer cans. And okay, that's great. You got some
Collecting
beer
trash.
Cans. Yeah, basically.
Yes,
you're
collecting other people's trash and then rinsing them out. And
See,
bringing
but
them out.
my thing was whatever my collections were ended up being like something that I was gonna ruin at some point. Anyways, I was destructive. I was a destructive kid.
Well, obviously, that's how you broke. That's how you cut up your hand.
Come on, me and my brother. Well, my brother actually did. Remember Stretch Armstrong?
Yes.
I used to have Stretch Armstrong. You hung him by a tree and he lit him on fire.
What do you mean you hung him by?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Like you stretch his arms, tied his arms up, and he's
Burn, Stretch, burn.
Okay, wait a minute. That's how Ted Bundy got started, isn't it? Like they all.
My brother is not Ted Bundy.
Is that
Every
the
kid
wait
has a
minute.
little
Wait
pyro
minute.
phase.
Wait a minute. Is it the brother who doesn't like sports?
Yeah.
Well, it fits.
He might be Ted Bundy.
Okay. Well,
There may be bodies.
He's
have you
one of the
ever gone in
nicest
his?
people I've
Have you
ever
ever
met.
gone in his backyard?
Yeah.
Freshly
But why would
dug,
you?
freshly
no,
dug
there are no
holes.
graves. There's
Anything
nothing.
like that. He doesn't
What
like
are we
sports.
talking about
He doesn't
here?
like sports, and he burns toys on fire.
How does he put his socks on every day?
Yes, let me tell you this. We have this from
Probably
last
one
week.
by one.
Wait a minute. Sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
Was this off Justin
sock,
Thomas?
Sock, shoe, shoe.
I don't know.
No,
Not-
no,
not
no,
that
no,
I
how
think
is it?
Was it Justin Thomas?
No, Howard, no.
I go sock.
Yeah,
Socks- no, you
most,
should.
most people
No,
do.
because most serial killers,
Go sock, shoe,
sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
I have done that, but it used to be
It's
like
weird.
See, I used to have to do when I played baseball. I used to have to go left, right.
Well, sock, shoe was a serial killer thing that a gentleman who did a series of interviews, he asked a bunch of questions, was trying to find commonalities, and that was one of the weird ones, that they were sock, shoe people.
Because Justin Thomas or somebody was just in a golf clubhouse somewhere and did sock, shoe, and I saw it become a thing on Twitter.
'Cause
Like,
that's
what the
bizarre.
hell is this?
That's like seriously bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird stuff.
I guess I'm sure I've done it that way before, kind of just throwing them on your. Oh no, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
You put
You've
your
never
socks
done it.
on, then you put your shoes on.
You're a normal person, Ricky.
You're normal. Ricky, you're not a killer.
You're okay, Rick. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault, man.
But if you were a serial killer, what would be your like nickname? Because you got to have a tag, right? You gotta
I've
have a
never
tag.
thought of it.
You haven't?
No.
What would
No,
be?
have you
It
thought of
worries
it?
me that you have.
Okay, well, we're
Pat's
gonna
would
get
be.
an
Pat's
inbound
would
call
be.
from
Pat
Ballycliffe
would maybe
Police.
be the sneak.
The sneak.
Like
I'm going to have to sneak out
No,
of
you
here.
would
with
be
this
the
topic.
elf.
The
Who
elf.
the hell do I
The
work
elf.
with?
Like
The elf
Jim
killer is
Gardner.
out.
Jim Gardner is saying, but the big story on Action News tonight: the elf has taken another victim, and we go live to the Cheltenham
You're actually
area.
enjoying this. Your eyes
Where,
just lit
where,
up.
where the elf was
No,
seen. He goes,
I'm concerned.
people say like a 5'3" man climbed into the window. The security
that's just
cameras show
weird.
you.
5'2.5".
See, it's just weird.
He'd be the elf.
See how weird it sounds?
Look,
I see it. I
it's
see it.
weirder
Yeah,
after
and it would scare the hell out of people.
After you heard John today say that he never eats food at the movies or a baseball or a game, a sporting event, and he doesn't
What
put
food do you eat at the movies?
Popcorn, pretzel
I
bites,
usually
candy.
sneak stuff in.
Dots. Little dots.
I like dots. They get a little stuck to your
Snow
teeth.
No, food and wait a minute. By the way,
Dots are
too.
legit.
By the way,
Cookie
too,
dough
is that
bites.
food is as my wife was checking in. food doesn't include candy because I've had candy.
Candy's
okay, all right, that's good. That does include.
That's fine.
No,
I mean,
when I'm saying
hey,
food, I'm
Costanza,
thinking
we're
about
talking movie theater food.
I'm thinking about one of those stupid movie theaters where they bring you like giant plates of food. And
That's not a stupid movie theater at all. That's
and I have
great.
to hear somebody next to me go,
"That's good."
Yeah, the
Then
movie
don't
tavern.
sit
and
next to
clank
that
their
person.
silverware.
By
Don't
the way,
sit next to him.
I pick my seat before going, so I don't know which person next to me has to have a full
Then
course
pick an
meal
aisle
You go
delivered.
to
seat.
movies with silverware?
Yes.
What kind of bougie theater are you going to?
Hey, you can go to movie
George
tavern.
Costanza,
and
Movie Tavern
he
is a
brought
great
egg
one.
salad sandwiches in, if you remember.
No, Connor,
he
they,
wasn't afraid.
They literally have you deliver, and it's obnoxious as hell.
Can you grab my
These people
salad
are like,
fork from under
First
seat
of all,
3G?
this couple, I've hit them at 2 movies where they're
Same
like,
couple?
yes,
you-
weirdest
Yeah.
thing in the world.
You follow
And I
them?
watched them
So,
walk
like
in,
the
and I said,
Atlanta Braves
okay,
pitchers?
these two
You hit
have
'em?
not. These two have not. They probably ate before coming to the movie, but now they're having a full course meal delivered to their seats. And we're talking like, here's the burger, here's the cheese dip, and it's clank, clank, clank. The movie, and then they're saying to each other,
Sounds like you got to go to a regular
"Could you
theater.
pass the salt?"
Yeah, why are you going to
Go
this
to the
theater?
AMC
Because
under
I
the
like
bridge.
the
They don't
theater.
do
It's a
that
great
there.
Is
theater.
this the tavern
the seats
theater
are
or whatever? Okay.
The seats are really nice.
Okay, so let me ask you. You probably are a guy that tries to sit in the same generalized location every time.
Absolutely.
Then don't, dude. If you know that that's going to be a problem, switch your seat up. Like, next time you pick your seat, switch it up
So wait
and
a minute,
change
sit
it.
where I don't
It's your
want to
fault.
sit
By the
because
way, I hate to
other
tell you.
idiots are
because
sitting
the
next
other
to me. to that
option
date.
is you sit where you want to.
I've been with
and
you
then
all-
you bitch
he's
and
right.
moan about
Really?
your
You can't-
movie
you can't
location.
No, I want to sit where I want to sit.
You
Then
can't
don't
be-
bitch and moan when other people want to sit there and they're eating at a movie theater that brings you food.
They
Why are
shouldn't
you
have
yelling at the host?
clank, clank, clank.
Why are you here?
Big game for the
I
Phillies
get
tonight.
invited, and I am sponsored by Guided Door and Window.
That is a good answer.
Touche.
That is a good answer. Ricky will be back with us next week, and we love it when Ricky joins us. It is always fun. Hopefully, you're all going to have a great Thursday. Remember to support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partner, All Seasons Comfort Control. Please make a donation today to the AACR, the American Association for Cancer Research. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. Cuz Radio is going to be off the chain. The kids don't say that anymore, but it's going to be. You're going to enjoy it. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up your week. Have a great week, everybody, and stay with us. Don't listen any other station than The Fanatic all day long. You got a radio right in the palm of your hand.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's John Kincade for Window Nation. You know you can beat the heat, and you can also get $200 off any style new window, and you're going to pay no interest until 2024. The temperatures, well, they're skyrocketing, and so is the price of everything out there. So why don't you raise the value of your home with beautiful new Window Nation windows at amazing savings? Call 866-90NATION or go online at windownation.com. You can set up a free in-home consultation, and you can lock in an amazing offer for 6 months.